Hello, everybody, and welcome to day one of the EU solo battles. We are excited to have everybody here for today's festivities and events. Man, Group A is looking to be an absolute stacked and just slaying out bunch of folks over from the EU. But I am joined by somebody who's from the EU that plays with a lot of these players. Claymore, what's going on, buddy? How are you doing today?
Doing absolutely fantastic, Bunny. Thanks for asking. Every time I watch that intro video, I just get even more pumped and hyped for the day to come. I'm sure it'll be even more epic than the trailer. But yes, we've got a good day ahead of us. I can't wait.
We do. We have a lot of absolutely slaying out with this EU solo battles group. But before we go and jump into who's playing today, let me introduce our newest caster, Wolf X Live. What is going on, Wolf? How are you doing today, buddy?
Hey, Bunny, I'm doing pretty good. Excited to see this tournament go down. I watched last weekend for NA, and it was really great fights, really great team players going at it for 3 days, and it was just exciting to watch. Ready to see what EU's got ahead of us, and excited to be here.
Wolf, tell the people at home a little bit about yourself before we go too far as a new caster here.
Well, I kind of got into casting from just streaming over on Twitch on my channel. Don't really stream much Tarkov. I kind of play it on my own time, but I mean it's my I think 4th or 5th wipe now. So really enjoy the game. Never really thought myself casting Tarkov, but I've had a lot of people say I need to try it anyway. So here we are, and let's get this going. I'm definitely excited.
Well, we are very excited to have you here, just like we are excited to see all of the folks competing. Let's take a look at those names real quick and see who you will be watching slay out today on our private servers. So, we will be having Walker, Iron Fist TV, I believe that's Peach, is that correct? Am I saying that? I'll have to get clarification. Magic, Vavaka TV, Hard 111, Dunduck, Flinist, Armin, Motion Circles TV, and Moon Sunny. Now, unfortunately, Moon Sunny is still recovering from a surgery, and we wish her the quickest of recoveries. And she will not be in today's competition, but she did try, and honestly, that's amazing. So much love to Moon, and hopefully she feels better. And we just wish her the best. But also, chat, I do want to let you guys know, if you are curious, you can watch the broadcast over at Utopia Gaming if you would like to watch it in Italian. And also SQ Money YouTube. You can find those channels right there. Find your language if you are not comfortable with English and you would like to listen to it in your native language. We are trying to be a little bit better about having the broadcast in those languages just for you. So make sure you check those channels out. It will help you out, if you don't understand English and I talk too fast, or Claymore says Zed or something like that. We hope that, you guys can help it out. Are you a Zed person, Claymore? Do you say Z or Zed?
I say Zed because it's the only way to say it, Bunny.
As the NA person and we are in the EU, I will default to you saying Zed. I don't know where the ED comes from, but, besides that. But guys, if you do want to be a part of Evasion and you want to know when any of our events are going on, or you just want to have some background information, make sure you head over to our website, evasion.gg. You can find all of the information about the Season 6 solo battles. You can find the calendar about when each event will be happening, their times for your respective region. Also, you can head over and check out the merch store, evasion.gg/merch. And over there, you can find anything from your hat to a jersey to a t-shirt, all the way to gamer socks, whatever is required to keep your little toesies warm while you're gaming. Oh, man. Well, with that being said, guys, I'm getting very excited. I believe all of our folks are in the servers. They are getting ready to go. So let's take a look exactly what the competitors will be doing today. They are going to be hopping in first with Labs. So, labs to get kill labs and kill, they're going to labs to get as many kills and Raider PMC kills along the way. Extract with the most value and loot that they can. Points earned for every 70k worth of loot. Raider spawns are increased, so the NA had it a little bit easier. They only had to get 50k. EU, we're going to make you guys get 70k. Inflation, cost differences, lots of different reasons, but their starting loadout can be any loadout. They are not allowed a Reaper, Fleur, or T7. Raiders are 1 point. PMC kills are 1 point. Dog tag on extract is 2 points. Extracts are worth 3 points. And remember, for every 70k worth of loot, they will be getting plus 2 points. Now, guys, make sure if you want to be up to date with who is on the leaderboard, head over to escapefromtarkov.com/evasion. There will be a link in chat. You can go ahead and click on that link, and it will take you directly to the website so you can see where everybody is falling on this. Now, Wolf, I want to ask you, because you said you did watch the NA a bunch last week, what would be your strategy going into labs? Would you be messing with these Raiders, or would you just be trying to kind of, snake around and grab as much loot as possible?
Oh man, that based on my play style, I'm definitely more of a snake and sneak around, try to get the loot and take the long range shots. But I mean, Raiders, they're cracked more than players are sometimes, I feel like. But I would definitely take the Raiders from the long range. I would, try to, as a distraction. I saw in one of the games, someone was running around hitting all the buttons, which generally spawns a lot of Raiders. So that could be used as a distraction or a point farm. So, I'd probably go around and hit all the buttons, get the Raiders spawning, get as much loot as I can from them, and get out as quick as possible.
Perfect. Now, what I'm going to ask you, Claymore, is I'm curious, what would be your loadout going into labs? If you have access, we are on private servers. You do have quite a large amount of money to get what you need for the competition. What would you be running?
As a disclaimer, I wouldn't go labs in the first place. I hate the map. But in the context of the tournament, I'll yield this. I see a lot of people running medium to long range scopes on labs, and I think that's actually quite smart. Usually across like the walkways, it can range up to nearly 100 meters. So having these voodoos, these razor scopes, it does quite help to get these important little, either these one taps in or these wounding shots in. But generally speaking, you're going to want something with high fire rate, high mag capacity. You're going to be mag dumping raiders. They got higher health after all, and you want to make sure you're not going to get caught in a weird spot mid reload. These are all players fighting each other. You've got to make sure all your bases are covered. If you're fighting someone's going to be coming up on you, so you don't want to be running short on your magazines. So something high fire rate, something high capacity. But it's interesting because we see usually a lot of 762 MDRs used on labs, and it requires a bit more of a skill check, a bit of a skill cap. But we might see some interesting plays and some lucky last mag kills. We'll have to see.
Yeah. Well, that is going to be interesting to see exactly what our competitors are going to decide to bring in. I do want to take the moment to thank our sponsor for this weekend. Huge shout out to Stints Built PCs. They have been building the best PCs for quite a long time. Whether you need it for entertainment, for gaming, whatever your requirements are, they will get you the PC that you need, and they ship to EU. So make sure you guys head over to Stints Build's website, check out their PCs, and hopefully they can find one that's perfect for your needs. Well, all this being said, our competitors are getting queued up. They are getting ready for these battles. Man, if EU has anything to show like last week, Clay, we are going to be experiencing a lot of death and destruction on this map. Now, do you feel, Clay, and this is for you as an EU person, you've played with a lot of NA and EU folks in Tarkov, are you expecting a little bit slower gameplay than we saw last weekend, or are you expecting the boys of EU to be pushing and attacking a lot more?
I'm definitely expecting them to be more aggressive. A lot of these players, they thrive in aggressive play styles, and usually when they try to slow things down or change things up, it works against them. So as much as, it's important to be adaptable, it's important to change things up when it's needed, sometimes these guys can just power their way through whatever situation they find themselves in. I'm expecting a lot of aggression. Hopefully some VoIP memes. I know the VoIP memes we've had were a chef's kiss last time, so we have to see. But I am fully expecting there to be a lot of full sending, full pushing, and mag dumping.
Yeah. Now, Wolf, you're being thrown, say you're a competitor and you're being thrown into lab specifically, all right? Now this is something we saw, and I know you watched NA last weekend, and you said you kind of play a little bit slower, a little more snake-like. Do you run around and hit all the buttons to force your competitors to have to deal with the raiders? Is that a tactic you might take?
That is definitely a tactic I would take in a competitive stance. Yes, for sure. When I'm playing, with who I normally play with, no, I don't do labs very often anyway. But I do know where the buttons are. But I would definitely run around, hit the buttons, get those raiders spawning, because that's going to cause fights in places that you might not be near, and it's going to basically call out where the other players are. So you're going to get a good idea where other players might be if it forces them into fights with the raiders.
Yeah, that's very, very true. Guys, I do want to take this moment to let you know, if you want to keep up to date with everything happening here at Evasion and all of the competitions that we may be having in the future, make sure you follow all of our socials. You can find those socials over at TikTok, Evasion_GG, YouTube, Evasion_GG, where you can catch the VOD for every single one of our competitions, Instagram, and Twitter for all of the most up-to-date information. So that way, if you do want to jump in and maybe try to compete for yourself because you think that you can give these people a run for their money that are in this competition, make sure you're following Evasion on Twitter. We post when we have all of our signups and all of our events. Well, all of the competitors are in. They're trying to get in. The servers are up and running. They are doing their thing. And as soon as they are into the live server, we will be covering that. And I say live server, it's live, but they are on private servers. Now, this is something that has given us the opportunity to do some very unique things, and I look forward to the ideas and things that we get going forward with the private servers. Do you think, like, Clay, how do you feel about the private servers? What's your takeaway from it?
So I'm usually okay with either live or private servers. With live servers, you get almost like the full authenticity that a Tarkov game could offer. But like you said, with private servers, we can do so much more. We can change up the rules a little bit, how things work. Like I really like the customs rule set, for example. I really think that's a nice little challenge. It just offers us more opportunities to spice things up and force the competitors into doing something they wouldn't usually do. So I do, in this case, prefer the private servers, and obviously no RGB gaming sock users out there, which is always nice.
Exactly. Oh, man. And with the private servers, it's one of those interesting things because we get to see so many perspectives that you don't normally get to see when you're playing on the live server. So with the private servers and the way that the competition is, you get to see two competitors, and we know every single time that there is a firefight happening, it is a competitor fighting another competitor, and we get to see all of that just slay out. Now, from this group, though, Clay, who do you think has one of the best shots about taking this competition away?
I'm going to be fully honest with you, just because of how many he's won, either with blank or Iron Fists or otherwise. I think Walker has a really strong shot here. We like to make fun of him a little bit, but the guy is just absolutely cracked. He's a nuts player. He thrives in every range situations, close range situations. He thrives, but. Then you've got, the Iron Fist himself as well, like they're a team most of the time and they win because they're a team. And then Iron Fist is an equally cracked player. Obviously, as an Evasion member, I'm gonna support my Evasion guys, but who knows? Maybe we'll have a little diamond in the rough pop up here and really put some upsets on us. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's very true because we do have some returning folks, but we do have a lot of new names that I have not had a chance to watch because of obviously the time differences with the competitors. So I'm very excited to see how a lot of the new competitors in the competition fare and how everybody you know, how this entire event is going to unfold, because like you said, we do have Walker. I believe Walker, because I know Walker and Blinks, who will be playing later on this weekend. I mean, they've won 4 competitions this season alone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yep.
they are an absolute powerhouse duo. But now with Walker having to be by himself, we'll find out if it's Walker or Blanks that does the carrying in that duo. I'm just trying to cause drama and pit them against each other. I love both of them. They're amazing. But guys, once again, remember, we are going straight into the labs heist, where our competitors are going to be trying to get the 70K worth of loot and just trying to slay out. And remember, raiders are turned up here. Raider spawns are increased. We're going to see a lot more raiders. We had a lot of our NA competitors get absolutely demolished by the raiders, because I mean, raiders are raiders. They're never something to scoff at. A lot of people are like, wait, you died to a raider? But I mean, it's a raider. Some of the best aim in Tarkov are on those raiders, and the scavs on shoreline, just the 2 by the rock. So Wolf, you said this is your 4th wipe, I believe, correct? So you're still very experienced in Tarkov in the sense of understanding how the game flows. What map from today that we're going to be like, what are you looking forward to today? Which map the most?
Definitely customs or interchange. Interchange is probably my most comfortable map whenever I'm solo queuing, and it's just the PvP in interchange is just so nice, because this being able to run between stores and dark, and it's just a great combination of PvP and just sneaking around, and it's one of my favorite maps to play. But customs is just always an all-around great player versus player map as well.
Perfect. Well, with that being said, where our competitors are in the server, we're going to go ahead and jump on with one of them right now. It's going to be Walker. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you very much, Bunny. All right, so as you can see from the top left of the screen, we are viewing Walker's perspective right now, using the 762 MDR with the Razor Scope, as I called out before. He's currently sitting in Dark Room. Looks like he's trying to find and maybe bait out some audio, try and lure some PMCs in. Dunduk is not too far from him, just gauging the noise and trying to figure out something to do with that very, very nice looking M1A he has, loud and proud. Or is it suppressed? I can't tell. I think it's suppressed. Wolf, what's your preference when it comes to the M1A and the MDR? Do you like running them suppressed, or do you like being loud and proud?
Oh, I'm definitely more of a suppressed player. I like being able to conceal my location as much as possible. Don't like the W key a lot. So pretty much any gun I use, I'm definitely going to use suppressed, with the exception of maybe the Vepr Hunter. But when it comes between the 2 guns themselves, though, I would probably, prioritize the M1A. I'm definitely more of you're semi-auto. I just can't hold that trigger down and land shots. But when it comes to raiders, that MDR is probably going to do a lot more work than that M1A.
Absolutely. A lot of people tend to use the M1A for its generally pretty low recoil, but as you said yourself, you might not be able to tap that mouse button quick enough. So we're going to have to see here which is going to thrive, either the semi-auto play style or the full auto play style. We're looking at Pepich's perspective right now. Looks like he and Iron Fists are trying to get a first peek on each other. Iron Fist, I think, suspects someone's around the corner, is heading a lot. It looks like Pepich is going to try and flush him out with a grenade.
Not really flushing him out there yet. Got some peaks going on.
Oh, that was a beautiful headshot by Pepich. Unlucky Iron Fist. That was snappy. Pepich is just putting Iron Fist down on the first peak. That was disgusting.
Yeah, that was a very insane shot there. Just Iron Fist, not even really a chance to even fire a shot or even return fire. Just quickly dropped. They knew each other were there. Iron Fist really had nowhere else to go. He was kind of at a disadvantage there. So very unfortunate to see him go down first.
All right, got that tag secured. He's now going to try and maybe move up to the offices. We're not too sure what Pepich is doing right now. Looks like Magic is moving down into the basement. Looks like there's been some shots traded already by the bullet holes in the
Блядь,
door
вот это
frame there.
слева.
Alright, we're swapping over
I
to
will
hard
say-
1-1-1's perspective currently. I'm not sure if he's killing a raider or not, but I think if we were just looking at the perspective there, Hard is trying to bait out the previous contestant. Oh, there it is. Yep. Looks like it's a mutant v mutant match. But it looks like Hard is caught between a rock and a hard players here. Yep, he is definitely. He's got one person down this L bend here, and another one down the corridor. You got to be careful here because there's some well-timed nades who are going to flush him out, and he's going to be caught into a really awkward position here. We've even got a on Vavaka's perspective there. We've already got a visor hit as well. Visors save lives, guys.
So being surrounded like this, what do you think your next move would be instead of trying to fight these guys if you wanted to play a little safer and not die?
There is only one way out, and it's pushing through when you get caught in situations like this. It's either that or try and outpatience the other player so they can do something that they wouldn't usually do, whether it's a longer peek, whether it's pushing themselves, or etc. Looks like Hard is going to try and do the former and try and bait this player here into one last time. Oh, there he is, yep. Now he's got to be careful here because now he's lost the peak, now he's lost the advantage. And that person down the corridor could be moving down and going for a wider flank. We don't know what the other guys are doing yet. But he's playing it smart, he's not doing anything unnecessary, he's just holding his angles. There's nothing wrong with this, especially when you're sandwiched here.
Say this is a lot of time being wasted between these players, though. As I mean, this is taking away from them being able to loot anything. They're just trying to get the kills to get those dog tags.
I mean, that is a wonderful point. The more time they spend with this duel, oh, we've got a hard perspective twice over here. Sorry about that, guys. But like I said, like you said, Wolf. The time spent doing this could be spent doing other things. You know, they might be able to secure the map. Maybe they can wait for the waves of raiders to spawn later. They could do that, but it's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. They've got to make some sort of decision here. They are treating this very seriously at the very least.
And also, this is the first map of today for this group. So, I mean, just because you die early in this does not mean... Oh, and a quick kill. Their heart is dropped.
Magic with the setup. Oh, that was beautiful.
right.
Some of these shots are incredible.
It's just the first one getting Euro.
Ротан положить. Ротана нельзя, окей.
That was a gorgeous kill there by Magic 777. But like you said, Wolf, it's been quite a lot of time in that little psychological warfare. Now he has to make up the time.
Very unfortunate for Hard. They're just not able to get that peak quick enough, and it's just dropped. Looks like he will be getting ready for the next map. But like I was saying, like this is the first map. Like, you get behind, like it's not totally detrimental. We have a lot of maps lined up for us today, so there's other ways to come back besides just this map. So
Окей, ворота работают.
Absolutely agree. There's plenty of ways to bounce back, even if you do play a little slower. Just go around the edges of the map, maybe pick up some loot, pick up some raiders, get the guns out. It all counts towards the goal. At the end of the day, no matter how slow you play, the game is all about surviving. Extracting, remember, guys, is worth points. If they need to play for a long duration, if they need to play for the survival, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a smart play style. It looks like Magic may hear someone coming up on him. This might be in the tunnel down below, though. I'm not too sure. It could be Walker's audio, actually. Oh boy, Dunduk is now thinking about peeking outside the office. Magic is just around the corner. He has made no noise. Magic has the advantage here if Dunduk is not careful and doesn't clear his corners. All right, looks like unfortunately Magic
Блядь, ну
jumped the gun
танк
a
это
little bit
знает,
there.
нахуй. Хорошо двигается, мужик.
Now Dunduk is hold back. Hold on. He's got to be really careful here. That M1A is going to absolutely hurt, even if he takes one shot. Ooh, that was a risky. That was a very risky push there.
Mia?
Dunduk playing it very patient right here. It looks like Magic's going to go ahead and rush to try to get the shots.
Oh,
and Magic is dropped.
Dunduk
Dunduk able to control that M1A.
We mentioned it before with the full auto or semi-auto playstyle to pass here, and Dunduk shows the competition that semi-auto will win as long as you can control that. GG's Dunduk. And unfortunate to Magic, but at least Magic went down with the kill secured. He didn't go down empty fighting, at least.
That is true, and very, very well played by both of them still. Looks like we got some shots going off
is now
here.
being rushed upon by another player. Perhaps.
Oh,
Oh, whoa! I didn't even see him. What a
I didn't
beautiful
either.
peek
That
by
was-
Armin.
What a peek!
Gun.
Oh, I
Pick up
got
the gun.
glorious E vibes from that peak shot there. What an incredible peak!
Oh, not the. Oh,
That was insanely fast. Just a fantastic peek by Armin to take out Dunduk there. And it looks like
GG's
Walker took
Armin,
the
mate.
exfil there.
That was easily one of the best peak shots I've seen in a very long time. I don't think I could ever pull something like that off, so massive props to him. Oh my goodness.
I got one.
And Walker decided to extract. Didn't look like he got any kills, so he's probably got some good loot there to try to just get some points on the board without taking the chance of losing any points. So, or not even getting the points when they get, getting taken out by another player or even a raider. So, just taking the looting strategy here and getting out. See how many points he has when when everyone's out.
All right, Vavaka is now down near the elevator tunnel. Appears to be just holding an angle on Flynnis. Flynnis, did he survive that? Waiting on the catch up there real quick. Oh, he did take damage to the head. Whether it was a ricochet or a low pin, I don't know, but he did take damage to the head there, Flynnis. That was, I think the cover saving him there. Or maybe his helmet. I don't know what helmet he has.
Door is open. They're going to beat each other again. More shots going down. Let's see who's going to have the better peak here.
Oh,
Flynn is taking more damage.
Oh, beautiful push by Vavaka there. Beautiful push. Unfortunately, Flynnis just was on the back end of that fight for the entirety of it. He got wounded at the very start there. His head took damage on the next peak there as well. He took some really critical damage. His head and thorax were pretty low. It's gone in a bad way there. GG's, guys. GG's.
You definitely see the different strategies coming out from each of these players. The ones that just want to push the fights and get the dog tags and try to steal the loot that everyone else took the time to go and get. And then you have, people like Walker who just grabbed loot and left. So Pepech down there in the garage, it looks like, trying to figure out who he hears. Taking some peeks there.
I'm going to hop in real quick because we have been saying his name incorrectly. It's actually Peppa. So like Peppa Pig, it's Peppa.
Peppa Pig? All right, that's never going to leave my brain ever again. Thank you very much, buddy.
Kind of like that. Yeah.
Peppa.
So now you
Apologies,
know. All right,
chat.
so you
Peppa,
can say
apologies.
Peppa correctly. All right, gentlemen, back to you guys.
Apologies to any Peppa fans here. We are sorry. We're going to know that. Trust me when I say that, I am never going to forget that ever again.
And now we got proper pronunciation of that name now, Peppa. So we'll definitely be getting that right the rest of this tourney.
Oh, Motion Cycle just went down. We have no idea what happened there. Did a player kill him? All on.
That's a raider?
Is that a raider?
That is a raider motion being dropped by a raider. There we go. Perfect example of just raiders and how accurate they are with their shots, even through like bushes and not being able to see anything, because that was through the plants, I believe.
Yeah, that is the tricky thing when you are peeking down those lanes. Unfortunately, a lot of the time, AI as a whole do not see the cover that you have, especially if they're vegetation, for example, like grass, bushes. Sometimes they just don't see; they just see right through them. You got to be very careful peeking these lanes. Ideally, try and find somewhere that's more open, or try and close a different distance between you and the raiders, and try and just get them down CQB style. Oh, it's like a Pepper. Pepper is currently eating some crackers. Still locking down the hangar though. He hasn't really moved from this area. He's just locking it down. I'm not too sure if he's expecting people to come by. Maybe try and check if the raiders have spawned here. Maybe try and take advantage of them then. But he spent the entirety of his match, it
Так,
seems,
сейчас, короче,
just
где
patrolling
она
this
у нас
area.
грузинка была?
That's what it seems like, because Peppa did
Yeah,
get, he was got one of the first kills here early against Iron Fist, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, that mutant, I believe, does belong to Iron Fist, and there's his tag and everything still. So he's looted some little bits and bobs around the hangar, mostly loose loot. But like I said, he hasn't left it yet. Interesting strategy
wonder
for
if
sure.
Yeah, I wonder if he's waiting for people to either rotate to this area to try to get the raiders to spawn there in the
РПС-ка это как
parking garage,
обычно.
or if he's just waiting till the end or close to the end to hit that button, spawn the raiders, get those points with the loot, and then extract through the parking garage.
That is very, very possible, but either way, we are now reaching the 10-minute mark for the map. This is where the players
Кажется,
left on the
рейдеры
map have to
завалились
start
эти
making
кабанчики.
decisions. So they want to try and run around, start making
Судя по
buttons,
тому,
or they're
что
going to
он
risk
живой.
potentially revealing their position to the remaining players. This is where it starts getting spicy now, Wolf, because this is where the last few point ditches come from.
Yeah, less than 10 minutes left of the raid here. It looks like, you know, they're just trying to get that those last bit of points to try to take as lead as they can. There's a raider drop there from Peppa.
Being very, very, very ballsy, peeking through these bushes like we were talking about earlier. Also, just a quickly in the chat, a big shout out to Toffee's coming in. Easily one of the best competitive esports casters out there. Toffee's, welcome in. Hopefully you're having a wonderful Friday so far, sir.
Сюда. Я выиграл, парни. Мне иксануло, я выиграл.
A wonderful utilization here of the load-bearing rig, which is easily one of the best rigs to use for storage, for extra loot and stuff. What kind of rigs do you like using for storage, Wolf? Do you like using the bank robber rigs a lot, or do you prefer using the bigger rigs like the MPVV, the MK3? What are your preferences?
Oh, definitely the bigger rigs. The more you can hold, the better, especially when it comes down to how much loot you can bring out based on, you know, how much rubles you're going to be selling. So definitely the bigger rigs. But that one right there, what we like to call the turkey rig in my group, because it kind of looks like I don't know, the turkey wings a little bit, turkey thighs. But that's probably one of the best rigs to get for storage and holding. And
Like Pepper, I'm never going to unsee the load bearer rig as turkey wings. Thank you very much for that, Wolf.
I'm glad I can, you know, bring some new insight on the rigs for you.
Let's see now. These MP5s, these are the perfect little bits of loot. The MP5s are great from the Raiders. It's the stockless ones. Take out the mag, you've got an easy 2x1 slot. That's about 30 to 40k. That's some good loot value right there.
That is great loot value based on, you know, per slot price. That makes it what, about 15,000 to 20,000 per slot.
Just looking down at Vovicast's perspective there, the hallway is full of bodies, but it looks like these are all raiders, but it did look like just then he might have killed a player. Just up to the very end there with the way he peeked. I'm not too sure, but this hallway is just full of dead raiders.
That definitely is a lot of carnage in
А где моя РПС-ка? А, вон
that
она.
hallway. So let's, I don't know, you might still hear someone, or he's not sure if whoever he shot at is alive or dead. Grenades are going down, though, so I'm guessing that that player's not dead.
I'm assuming so too. Because last I checked, raiders don't usually throw grenades that much.
Yeah.
Usually they don't, but I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe these private server raiders are a bit different.
Vaca making sure he's got the right flashlight there, so he doesn't completely give his position away. But those IR flashlights are really nice because they're not going to give you position away and prove when you're pushing, but it's also going to help with that hip fire accuracy. And Peppa doing exactly what we were talking about. Oh, wait, did Vivaka just get dropped?
I didn't see it. But Armin is not far from Vivaka's position. No, Vivaka is still alive, and I think that he and Armin have been maybe dancing around each other for a hot second now. They're trying to bait each other out. I'm not too sure what's going on, but like I said, we did see someone peek there, and it didn't seem like a raider peek. So now we just have to see what exactly is going on here. Oh!
Shots going down, Armin, as he runs across the hallway there. So we definitely got a fight
The hell was that?
brewing here in this hallway.
Vavaka is indeed holding the position on Armin here. And now it looks like he's just trying his best not to reveal himself just yet. But it looks like Armin is... Oh! Looks like Vavaka just managed to get away from there. Did not get shot. He might be trying to go for the wide flank here. We're not too sure. Armin seems to be looking for blood, though. He's pushing this hallway down. He wants that tag. He wants his gubbins.
I thought I did hear an elevator also, so he's either... Yeah, he's taking the elevator, it looks like, to get out instead of choosing to fight.
Oh!
Fuck you, motherfucker!
And we got
That's
some more
rude.
squids coming out from each other.
Right, Vavaka extracted. Looks like he didn't want to risk the fight there. He tried going for that kill, but decided not to risk the actual full engagement. Pretty smart play. At the end of the day, Armin has pulled off some pretty impressive tap shots here, so good of him not to push his luck too far. Oh, Pepper is now taking out raiders in the hangar now. 4 minutes left. He's trying, it seems like, to milk the points as much as possible and keep it as close to the end of the raid as possible for a quick extract. It looks like that's what's happening right now. But Armin, it seems like, is heading in that direction. Not too sure. Looks like he's thinking maybe about extracting. I'm not too sure what he's doing, but Pepper has got to be careful here now. As much as he is suppressed, those shots are making a lot of noise. Okay, looks like Armin is moving out to extract now. Looks like he's moving out to extract. It does seem like that's what he's doing.
Yeah, he's decided not to push Peppa over there in the hangar. Peppa doing exactly what we were mentioning earlier, talking about, like, just waiting till the close of the end of the raid to click that button, open up the door, spawn those raiders. So definitely milked the points there to get as many as he could at the very end, as it looks like they're both going for the extract. It looks like Armin activated the elevator, and Peppa looks like they're going to take the hangar door extract there.
I thought he went to the left side, but he pressed the elevator and went to the right side.
Doesn't seem too happy about the fact he lost the potential for another kill there. But, I mean, he also has 3 tags in him. At least, I'm not sure if he's killed them all, but he does have 3 tags in him. Pepper is out. Armin is out. I believe all of our tech competitors are out. They're out. They've got their loot. They've got their kills. GG to all of our competitors. We saw some really nice little shots there. We saw some really nice peak shots there. My highlight there was definitely Armin's peak on Dundalk there. That was a crazy shot.
That is very, very true. Well, with that being done, that is our first map in the books, and our scoreboard has been updated. Let's take a look and see exactly where all of the competitors fell after that very first raid, with Peppa coming in first with 25, Vivaka with 21, Armin with 12, and Walker with 6. Now, something to note is these are extremely different scores than we saw from the NA folks. Obviously, these competitors did need to have 20,000 more in rubles to get some scores up there. So, with that being taken into account, though, these scores still seem a little bit lower. What do you think about that, Clay? Do you agree that is it just the 20 extra that they needed to get, or did these competitors just play it a little bit slower?
Like I said, I was expecting more aggression, but I did actually see a lot more careful plays. Now, obviously, we've seen quite a few new faces to the tournament, and usually what I find is new people who participate in a tournament for the first time tend to slow down their playstyle a little bit. They try to adapt a little bit more, trying to calm the nerves. But either way, we did see some fights. We saw some much more smarter, much more snappier fights. Like I said, we saw a lot of peeking, a lot of people trying to get these quick headshots. Not quite as chaotic as we were expecting, but definitely more surgical. I think that it's just a matter of the players getting into the groove. This is only the first game after all, and obviously we did see some upsets at the beginning there. Iron Fists did get pretty much headshot from his spawn. Hard did go down pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
We still have a long tournament ahead of us, Bunny. We still got a long tournament ahead of us.
We very much do. Wolf, what was your moment? What was your thing from that very first round that you were just like, wow?
Oh, I think the Armin kill on Danduk there, that quick, just peeking that he was doing, that E button pressing, just back and forth. I did not even see the head when he took the shot. That's beyond my skill level. I can't compete against these guys, but that was impressive. I don't even know what to say about that one. Besides, it's just so impressive. Great eyesight from that guy.
Yeah, I have strong feelings about the jiggle peek in this game that I will not be getting into here. Yeah, I just have strong feelings about it. But with that being said, though, we had we had an absolute fantastic, just great round from these competitors. We saw some killing, we saw some looting, we saw some loot management there. And it's always a good test to see exactly how well our competitors understand the value of items that aren't being sold on flea market, with like now on live servers where there are no traders, there is no flea market. Everyone needs to figure out what is going to be the best value defense. And I hope everybody at home, I hope you guys are enjoying the event. Let me know in chat, are you guys enjoying the event? Are you giving all of your money to Fence and all the scav boxes? Because I will tell you this, they are getting none of my money. I have donated 0. I will continue to donate nothing to anyone. It is mine. I worked for it. They'd get no box. No box from me. My money. What about you, Clay? You giving money to the scavs?
Hell no. I've given plenty of money to scavs in the past with the scav case and stuff. Do you know how many moonshots have gotten back and have only gotten like an attachment of cigarettes? Hell no. They got enough money from me, Bunny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is how I feel about it. I have gotten 0 good things. If you follow me on Twitter, you will know my scav boxes are terrible. You bring me terrible things, I give you no money. That's how it works. So chat can feel however they want about that. They give me bad things, I give them no money. This is the way it works. It's just, But with that being said, they're about to be getting some more money as they get ready to build some computers, because our next map is getting queued up and they are going to interchange. Now, this is one, Wolf, you had said you were very, very excited for, and I'm excited, because it is one of my favorite maps in all of Escape from Tarkov. We are going to interchange. PMCs are tasked with collecting enough items to build a PC and extracting with the parts. Extra points awarded for finding bonus PC parts. Multiple bonus PC parts may be collected. Points for killing scavs, PMCs, and Killa. Starting loadout is any loadout. Not allowed is Reap, Fleur, T7s, as always. Points are 1 point per scav, 1 point per CMC. Dog tags on extract, 2 points, because remember, no dog tags in the secure container, as a lot of our competitors were trying to do in the first round. They kept trying to put those dog tags in the secure containers, but to no avail. Extract, 3 points. PC parts, 1. Bonus PC parts, 3 points. So they need to get CPU, RAM, power supply, power cord, hard drive, CPU cooler, and then the bonus parts are SSD drives, GPUs, working LCD, and flash drive. Oh man, this map options, because there are over 40 PCs on this map. Wolf, what would be your tactic, seeing as this is your favorite map? How would you play this out?
Oh, I would definitely run around all those computers in the back offices. Now, that's going to be probably a very high looted area, so we're probably going to see a lot of PvP there. But you also have Texo and Techlight that have a lot of good tech loot there as well. So, like, just being able to hide in the corners, because I am that slow, snaky rat player. I'd be hiding in the corners, waiting for people to go to these locations, take them out, grab their dog tag, and grab whatever loot they decided they wanted to try to get out with, because it's now mine.
Hey, that is a very smart tactic. What about you, Clay? Are you going to be pushing? You're going to go aggressive and try to get towards those tech stores? Or are you going to play it a little bit more passively and move around to those PCs?
It does really depend on the spawn I'd get, to be honest with you. If I did get the spawn closest to Ollie, or maybe behind Ollie, I'd have a much better incentive to try and push those tech stores. You know, I get set up there first. It means that other aggressive or rushing players are going to run straight into me. So a little bit of RNG in the spawns might encourage me to do other things, but like Wolf said, even if I don't, there is a ton of back offices to check out, loads of PCs to check, you know, lots of loose tech spawns to check. And you know what? At the end of the day, if our competitors can't find enough parts to build of their own PC, they can always turn to Stints build. Just saying.
That is very true. Now, Toast Rack is saying that they'd go to Radio Shack. Do most of the do people still remember what Radio Shack is? Is that still a man? I miss Radio Shack. It was a great little shop. Do people still know what that is? Clay, do you know what Radio Shack is?
I know the name, but I think it might have been in like old movies I've watched.
Chat, isn't that a band? You know, I've isn't that a band? I feel old. I have just realized that, man, I must be older than I thought I was. That is.
I feel you that bunny. I really do. I mean, that's along with her in Circuit City.
Yeah, I know. Most people won't even know what Circuit City is in chat either.
Bunny, your gray hairs are showing, mate.
I guess they are. Oh man. Well, I'm also curious. Let's get back to the match, because now I'm just having an existential crisis in my head about everything. Our competitors. So we saw some M1As on labs. I wasn't expecting that. I thought we were going to see a lot of, quick firing weapons. Do you think we're going to see a lot of the competitors continue to use M1As and MDRs, Clay? Or do you think we'll see, because, Mutant is something we saw a lot of, but there was something else in the NA competition that kind of just showed up and I wasn't expecting it, that SVDS. Do you think we'll see EU players adapt the SVDS like the NA players did?
I don't think so, because what you'd know, as my fellow EU players know this, EU players love to min-max, so we always use the best stuff. But I mean, there are people who want to change it up and try and challenge themselves a little bit every now and then. Obviously people use Ash 12s in these tournaments, and the Ash 12 is definitely not the best choice to use all the time, but if used in the right hands, it'll perform just as well as others. I will fully expect there to see still the usual MDRs and M1As and mutants, but who knows? Maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised.
Who knows indeed. Well, we are going to jump right in with Iron Fist TV. Boys, take it away.
Has he gone to the weapon box?
All right, looks like Iron Fists has spawned in the back of Ollie near the southeast extract. Now, this is a really dangerous place to be in, even on live servers, because you've got spawns on the side of Ollie. Ahead of him on the left, you've got spawns down the right. There's a lot of options to be ambushed pretty early on here. So Iron Fist is doing a good job, taking it slow, just trying to get these angles on the upper ramps. What would you be doing by this point, Wolf? Where would you go if you were in Iron Fist's shoes?
Do we just go underneath?
Oh man, that's a tough situation for right here also because one's pretty far away from really anything and it's a very open area to be running across with so many spawns right next to each other.
There's no way.
I mean, in a tournament situation, he's definitely taking it nice and slow, playing it careful, making sure. Actually, he's trying to look for seeing if anybody's going to go up that ramp, which is actually the path I would take to get up there into the back areas of Ollie.
Maybe that is what he's doing. Rather than maybe being careful for himself, he's trying to catch people either coming down or coming up the
We're
ramp.
gonna have to push in.
That's very possible what
If
he's
we
doing right
go
now.
Underground. I don't
Okay,
really
looks
want
like
to
he's
push up to him. It's such an open.
Looks like he's contemplating pushing down to the garages, the underground area, which very sketchy area, but not many of our competitors might be there going down that way. They wouldn't be going, like you said, these back offices, these tech stores. So, oh, Hard is engaging a scavs in the shopping mall, and Vovica finds a couple of power supply units there. Point to points.
Yeah, points are points. It does seem like he hears Vivaka there in those back offices.
Oh, looks like they're trying to get an angle on each other, trying to peek each other. Hard 1-1 is now pushing up. Vovicar is hearing him. Oh! Just gonna watch that from Hard's perspective here real quick. 1 second. Oh, never mind. He's dead. Doesn't matter. It's over. GG's.
Надо ж на туалете сидеть.
All right, Dunduk over here in Idea now.
All right, Dunduk is now moving into Idea. Looks like he's killed a player.
О, знаем этого
Oh,
товарища.
took down Armin, getting revenge from the previous raid. Dunduk is coming and tracking him down, and he's acted sweet vengeance, it seems like. Kicking Armin out pretty early of the tournament. Obviously, Armin was one of our top 3 scorers there, and unfortunately, he went down pretty quick there.
Yeah, no Turkish peak at that time coming in from Armin.
Надо уходить отсюда.
Decides not to go ahead and take the exfil, going to keep the U-lock on. What would you take? Would you go ahead and throw that exfil on, or would you just go ahead and keep your U-lock?
Wolf, I'll say it, and I've always said it, and I will continue saying it. Visors save lives. I don't care what people think. I don't care what people say. I have had every round under the sun, all the AP rounds, everything bounce off my visors, bounce off my helmets, bounce off my condor glasses, everything. They are just worth the investment, man. That chance, that small but still there chance of catching that round allows you, as the player, to back up, recover yourself, bounce back, and potentially shoot back at the one to hit you in the visor. It opens up a chance for a recovery, and that's what the visors and helmets are there for. They're there not to protect you all the time, they're there to give you that critical chance back. Always. Always visors. Always.
Неужели тут уже кто-то спылился?
I will say that the Condors were such a great addition to this game, and it is insane how many times I've seen a Condor like ricochet glasses. I personally have seen a Tracer ricochet off them. I saw the bullet hit the glasses and then go off and hit the wall, and I was like, I'm sorry, what just happened there? But yeah, looks like we got some people up on the second floor. This is actually one of my favorite places to hide. Peppa up there on the second floor. I love hiding up here and looking down that long hallway. Gives you a great angle, actually, over on Kiba.
Но по звуку он прям слева вот за стенкой.
Absolutely, and it does seem like, if my perspective is correct, Peppa is right above Dunduk. It looks like Dunduk is hearing him above, and he's just trying to get an angle on him. Oh, Peppa appears to have either heard or seen him. Dunduk is just playing it safe, staying inside the store for now. But Peppa has heard him. He sees those little leggies. Sees the little shoes. Bring the leggies.
We're not going to take out the toes.
He's backing up a little bit. Yeah, Dunduk is definitely being very smart about this. He's determined that the audio he heard was not on his level. He's now determined that they're above. And he doesn't want to give the guy above any angle on him whatsoever. So he's being smart about this so far. Dunduk is really being smart.
Yeah, I think this is one of my favorite things about Interchange is the 2-level game or fights that you can have here. Because normally it's, you're having PvP fights on the same level, shooting directly at each other, but now it's, you know, you got to worry about, you know, basically death from above. A lot of people don't go up to the second floor and play off it. It's probably one of the best places to get a lot of information from, because for the most part, you are pretty much safe. And there's a lot of places to rotate and hide up there as well.
Наверняка он тут
For
вот
anybody trying to
пытается меня
rotate
сейчас
or
как-то пикануть.
dip in and out of some of
Но
the stores
закрытым
down there.
встану от этой позиции.
Pepper is holding strong here. He's, like you said, he's using this angle he's got, use this really, really nice coverage he's got. And Dunduk is backing up. He's going to try and pick up some loot, trying to find some of those important tech items. Remember, guys, the tech items here for the PC parts, they're the main point flow here. Kills are great. PMCs or scabs or otherwise. But these PC parts are what's important. The longer they spend away from these spawns and away from these areas where the loot spawns, the more of a chance they'll have on missing out and other competitors getting to them first. So, rotating.
I don't like that.
Rotating around the map, really important.
Thought I was getting into a fight.
Flynnis just looks like he's running around looting here. Grabbed himself a power cord. That's some points towards the tourney there when he extracts. So not a bad idea going around grabbing those duffel bags. And I'm glad that that's been fixed. Remember when those duffel bags were always spawning in open?
Oh, yes. I swear, man, when I first experienced that bug, I thought I was crazy. I thought I'd spawned in and someone had already hit all the duffel bags. I never realized it was a bug until maybe a couple more days in, and I realized, yeah, something's wrong here.
Yeah, it was like every duffel bag you ran across, like, how has someone been here already? I was the one that spawned here. But it was verified it was a bug, and they did fix that. So that was definitely a nice fix that they did, because it was kind of irritating being like, oh, got to close it. Now I got to open it.
Absolutely. Looks like Iron Fist and Flynist, I think, have heard each other, or they're suspecting someone's nearby because they are playing around idea right now. And they're being very, very cautious here. Okay, looks like they're now crossing each other's line of sight here. Looks like they may have caught wind of each other. Flynist being very, very dangerous here. Yep. I believe that is Armin's body from before, who Dunduk had killed. They're in the right area here. Oh, looks like Iron Fist is taking shots at him. Oh.
No,
Flynnis dies, goes down. Iron Fist with some great placed shots there. Flynnis did get, unfortunately, a little too relaxed there. He was playing it careful, but then he started looting that body. Iron Fist punishing that carelessness and securing himself a PMC kill. Great shots, Iron Fists.
Very patient play from Iron Fist, just waiting for someone. Like, I don't know if he was actually fully waiting for someone to take that body or not, but he definitely was playing it nice and slow and just wasn't expecting someone to be hiding back there in that office.
Looks like Hard is content with his raid performance so far. Not too sure about if he's got any PMC kills or not, but he is moving to the southeast extract. Hopefully he's got himself a bag full of PC parts, ready to extract with all those sweet, sweet points. And if he does, he's going to secure his place even more on the leaderboard. Iron Fist is doing his due diligence and making sure he's clearing as much as he can before he goes to the body. As much as he possibly can. But luckily this body is a bit tucked away, so he should be safe to loot that. And Hard gets out with one scav and one PMC kill. Very nice.
Yeah, very nice indeed. And he actually was going to that extract, like, just nonchalant. He wasn't really checking anything, it seemed like. He had a pretty good sense of where he thought everybody was and was able to get out without any kind of firefight there at the extract. So pretty gutsy in my opinion. I always look at my extracts because you never know when you might have an extract camper. Which I don't. What's your take on extract campers, by the way, Claymore?
So I view it the same way as I view campers as a whole, like genuine campers, not just like, oh, that guy shot me, so he must be camping. I always view extract campers as something that is always going to be in the game, so it's up to us as players to try and just outsmart them and get wiser. However, I will say one thing. Even Nikita himself said he doesn't like extract campers in the game. And the reason why I think he doesn't like them is because extract camping is just a way to completely circumvent the entirety of the raid formula. The point of going out there and exploring and hitting these key locations, getting into fights. Extract camping is a way to circumvent all that, and just it is a very, very low skill playstyle. You don't get any better doing it. You don't learn anything from doing it. You just hope to get a little bit lucky. So, people can do it if they like, but all you're already getting at the end of it is money, and money is easy enough to acquire in this game.
Right now, we've got everybody's favorite time in raid, the airdrop going over. It's a great time to make your rotations, though, because people won't really hear you moving or anything. Or you could just sit tight and wait, because you never know when you could be running into someone who made a rotate that you weren't expecting.
That's it. At the end of the day, as much as we all like to hate on extract campers, and sometimes it's deserved,
I'm going to close doors behind us.
we have to, as players, adjust and adapt. Every time we die to an extract camper in a spot we don't know about, the next time we go to that extract, we're keeping an eye on that spot. So, think about it this way, guys. If you do die to extract campers, you have benefited more from that death because you know about that spot now, which means that their chances of successfully extract camping you go all the way down. And remember, guys, extract camping is not a way to get any better at the game. So, just take it like that. Don't get too bothered about it. Just brush it off, re-kit, move in, and keep an eye out on those spots next time.
Somebody's already been.
That is very true.
Not really
That is the good
understand,
thing about
so-
extract campers, though, because they do kind of give away positions that are generally a hiding spot for everybody else. So they might get away with it 2 or 3 times, but after that, once that spot's known, people's going to be checking that left and right. Not just the person that you shot and took the loot from, but they're going to let pretty much their buddies know. That's going to get out probably on social media. But myself, I know about extract campers after basically my first wipe. But I'm one of those people that always make sure that the extracts are clear. I'm always clearing my places to exit just to make sure that I am safe. Because I never assume everywhere I go in Tarkov, I never assume I am safe. I always feel like someone is watching me.
And that's how you should play the game, Wolfie. You're never safe. Not at any point, in any raid, at any time, are you ever safe. You need to make sure that you play like someone's always watching you. Play like you're on the run from the FBI. Just play like that way.
Looks like Peppa's still playing up here on the upper floor. I believe that was a scav he took a shot at and missed.
Pretty sure that was a scab, but I'm also pretty sure we heard some other shots happening there. Which is interesting. Is there a competitor still? Oh yeah, we have grenades going off. We have I believe, a PMC fighting somebody.
Yeah, definitely sounds like there's a fight down in Goshen. Maybe the back storage areas of Goshen.
Now, I did just see a comment in there, in the chat, which I find very interesting, from Easy Domo. Lightkeeper is going to be so much pain because everyone's going to be campy people who go to shop there. It's just going to be running, buying stuff, and dying of all the goodies. Now, that is a very good point to look at it. Looking at games like DayZ, you have a lot of the people who do camp safe zones and stuff like that, and it's not really punishable on the official servers. Community servers may be. So, a way to circumvent that, though, if you were to go to a high-risk area, like, let's say, an open trader, a great way to try and stay safe is maybe to go with a team. One person goes and does the purchasing. Your teammates hang back, secure the area, and also clear any potential spots that could be looking at them, for example. You shouldn't really... Well, you can, but you shouldn't really be going to super high-risk areas like that on your own because, like you said, there's a high chance of you getting shot out the blue. So, going there with more cover, more teammates, more manpower. It's always a good idea.
Yeah, for Lightkeeper, though, I've got 2 things about that. Like, what about the solo players? Like, if you're a solo player, don't really have a team. Are you SOL? But, when it comes to that, though, I have a feeling smoke grenades are going to be a huge implementation for that. Like, throwing smoke grenades to be able to get into cover. Because you don't really see smokes used quite often at all. And Dunduck able to get out a lot of scav kills there. Looks like 6 scav kills and a PMC. So Dunduck getting quite a few points from interchange here.
And also getting his sweet vengeance on Armin for that first labs raid, like we said. I bet he's feeling pretty good in himself right now, and so he should. Dunduk, GG's.
Бля, чё,
Pepper
там
looks
всё
like
добавил,
he
да?
may have heard
Сюда.
someone down the spiral staircase here.
Ходи,
Oh
уходи,
yeah, looks
блядь.
like we hear someone below. Goes. Thank you for the raid of the channel there. We appreciate that, sir. Hopefully you had a great stream and hopefully having a great Friday so far. Can we get a shout out for
Чё ему
Goes,
там
please?
надо? Я всё утонул там, каждый компик. Чел, чё ты там делаешь?
This be Iron Fist and Peppa hearing each other? Is this what we're looking at? Both are playing very slow.
think
Iron
you
Fist just
might
kind
be
of holding
right.
the angle. Iron Fist is trying to get like just more information, just waiting for Peppa to make a move. Peppa's just gonna run.
Sky Fist is opening with a grenade. He's committed now, committed to the fight. Trying to flush him into the office again, it seems like. It looks like Pepper doesn't want any of it. He's running. Is Iron Fist going to give chase here? Or are they just going to let each other go? It looks like Iron Fist is just letting him go.
Iron Fist is not gonna chase at all. He's just gonna sit back, grab his bag, and start heading out himself. I think he was just looking for hopefully a quick kill. But both of them are just gonna take the gentleman exit here, go their separate ways, and let each other get out with whatever points they have. Iron Fist definitely needs to make up some points though from
Сумки
not
снизу
being able to
есть
get out of
какие-то
the
вот
lab.
тут?
Peppa,
Я что-то не
I
помню.
do believe, is leading in
Было бы
points,
неплохо,
so
какой-нибудь
this
сумка
is
тут
going to
ещё
be yet
удалось.
another good boost for Peppa.
Having your first few games standing there definitely is a great way to secure your place on the leaderboard early. Now, obviously, what you'll find, Wolfie, is that these leaderboards, they're very deceptive. They're very, very deceptive. They can change and turn up on their head within a matter of one single game. So it is still too early to tell yet, but Pepper, like you said, has had 2 games so far with some pretty great performance and some pretty great results. So with a little bit of luck, on the next 3rd game, he can get another one in. And his chances of securing a place in the top 3, moving on to the next phase of the tournament, goes all the way up.
Хотел по-другому немножечко пойти.
Pepper doing his due diligence here, making sure he's nice and clear before he moves to extract. And I'm wondering which extract. I think he's going to take the no bag extract. Maybe just throw his rig out into the ground and equip the rig with all the loot in it, seems like. And Iron Fist isn't that far of him, actually. They're very close. If Iron Fist is going to the no bag extract as well, they're going to hear each other in a moment.
Yeah, Peppa's definitely going to drop the bag, head to the no bag extract. I thought Iron Fist had more bags. Oh, he sees a bag there.
Yeah, and he's got eyes on the no bag. He's got eyes on the
Anybody
no
there?
bag. Are we about to see
We
an
might have a
upset
fight
here,
here.
or has he already passed? Oh. We might just... Did they just miss each other? Oh, no. Oh, no. No. Oh! Iron Fist might not make it out.
Блин,
Did he make
серьезно?
it?
I don't know, Peppa missing the shots, though. Iron Fist running to the extract,
land
just going
those
to try to get out
shots.
as quick as possible. Peppa unable to get
Oh,
the shots
is Pepper
down
going to
onto Iron
push? Is Pepper
Fist.
going to push? Is Iron Fist going to get extract
This
in
is going to
time?
be close. He's got 3 seconds.
Oh,
He gets out.
Iron Fist just gets out. I can't believe it. Pepper just unfortunately just barely missing those shots there on Iron Fist. That's absolutely wild. I don't think Pepper even knows if he extracted or not.
He found a bag. Was that Peppa's bag? I mean, it doesn't matter.
Not
He's here
sure,
at the
but-
bag extras. So.
Yeah. This is wild.
Potions.
They did come up on each other at the no bag extract, but Pepper just couldn't land those shots on Iron Fist. I think he was trying to set up a nice shot on a stationary target, and just as he was setting up, Iron Fist started moving and threw him off. I think that's what happened. All right, and we do have only the 2 left on this map currently. Pepper at the no bag, just clearing it, making sure he's being safe. We got motion circles. Looks like he's going towards the northwest extract, maybe picking off some scabs on the road. Very smart play.
Он вышел, просто дошел
You can
до
usually
сюда и
get
вышел.
between 3 to 5 scabs around that area. Extra points are points. And Pepper is getting
Я
out.
мог его убить,
Now,
и
no
есть
doubt,
какой-то
probably
звук,
feeling
что он-
a little
Но я
disappointed he couldn't secure that
перенервничал,
kill
и
at the
очень
end there.
пострелял.
Potentially all that bonus loot for the points, but regardless, good raid, Pepper. You got a bag full of loot.
There's an airdrop.
Good job.
So not going
Motion
well.
is just on his way out now. I think he is the only one left, so we shouldn't see any naughty PMC sitting near the extract wolf. I think we're
Right.
good.
No
From
exo
here, I think I'm
campers
just
here.
gonna
It
hack
looks
the
like.
wire.
I guess he's
See if I
might
can make
hit
it
up
out.
the stashes along this way. There's about what 4 or 5 along this path headed to railway.
It's a pretty open stretch to
I
cover
think
here.
so, yeah. And I just want to quickly say, in this single raid, out of all of our competitors, 5 of them used the no bag exfil. Obviously, we saw all those bags lying around the entire area there. 5 of our competitors, half of them, used the no bag extract. That's pretty good.
I'm so scared to get camped, honestly.
I don't know if I saw anybody get a GPU either. Everyone just kind of got out with the almost basic. I saw a few working LCDs, I do believe, but pretty much everybody just got basic computer parts. So not a lot of bonus points coming in from the bonus PC parts. But yeah, very highly used extract was the no bag extract because I mean the loot that you're trying to find, it isn't very big, and you're not looking for like labs where you're trying to get as much as
I think
possible.
it's good to stay
So
here for another like 30
the
seconds. or
specific
something.
loot grabbed, the dog tags that they needed was
Just so that
grabbed,
if I fight at the
and
extract,
he's still just
they can't
being
loot me
safe,
anymore.
making sure nobody's there. 2 minutes left of the raid.
I mean, I don't know about you, Wolfie, but every time I go to Interchange trying to find those GPUs, the moment I actually need them for a task or otherwise, they never spawn there. But we do have a couple of confirmations in chat. We do have
Where would I be if I camp extract?
Yeah, a few people
actually
did
have
come out with
people who looted
GPUs.
them. Yeah. Look, gotta love these streamer servers, am I right, guys? Am I right? Streamer servers? Yeah, streamer, what servers are you playing on? Why you get all this good loot for?
Yeah, still just playing it safe. Doesn't know
Check
that he's the
behind.
last one alive here, so just making
Okay,
sure
1 minute
nobody's there.
left.
This could just be the last
But
run.
this is how you know they're an authentic player. Like this is why we don't tend to tell our competitors,
Slow and
how
steady.
many people left on the map, if they're on their own, etc. We want the competitors to feel the fear from the moment they
I can't
spawn
see
in
anyone.
to the moment they extract. We want
Theoretically, that's
them
good, but it's also very
to
dangerous.
feel the fear. And
Every
we
one
could
of
have
these
told
pushes
Motion
could
like
be
about 2 minutes, 3 minutes ago, you're on your
occupied
own,
now.
just get out. Just holding up the competition. But no, we want to see Motion's knowledge at play here. We want him to showcase how he would handle coming up on a very dangerous extract like
30
this. It's
seconds.
really great to see.
All right, now it's time
I'm
management. Now
going
that
for
he's
it.
less than 30 seconds left.
Otherwise, I'm gonna be
He
too
should be
close
able to make it unless he checks more bushes. I have a feeling that Motion
just
has
hope
had a
nobody's
lot of
here.
extra
20
at camp
seconds
deaths.
to go for the extract now.
It doesn't seem like he's timed this well, actually.
it's
He's going to
close.
reach the extract with 10
It's
seconds,
close.
and it's going to be 7 or so seconds to tick. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. He's
30
fine.
seconds
We're all
left,
good, guys.
guys.
We're all good.
Whew.
He's milked this to the absolute
damn.
T.
2
Good job,
seconds left.
Motion. Good job. Good time management there. It was a little bit nervous,
Not
as you
too
can
bad.
hear, but he knew what he was doing. Good job, guys. That was a really, really great interchange
Oh.
raid. We had plenty of fights there, and 5 no bag extracts.
All right, yeah, we had a lot of no bag extracts, 5 total, like Clay just said. I mean, that is the most we've ever seen from any of these events. Man, I was not expecting that kind of slower paced. I mean, these competitors just kind of went in, they grabbed a couple of pieces, and then they all left. It's something that we tried to emphasize in NA, but EU seems to have really grabbed on, is how valuable it is to stay alive and survive through every single one of these raids. Something else I was really hoping that the EU folks were going to pick up on was how bad NA people were at building computers. We didn't see a lot of computer parts. That's why we showed the Stints commercial last week. to show how a PC should properly be built. I thought EU folks would have been paying attention, but obviously not, because they didn't even put together half of a PC, unfortunately. So let's show everybody in EU and NA once again how to properly build a PC with our good friends over at Stints Built. All right, so no excuse going forward, anyone from NA or EU, but if you still need help building a PC, make sure you guys check out Stints Built. They will grab you a PC and help you pick out the parts and get you squared away. They've been building PCs since 1996 for anything from gaming to entertainment. Go show Stints Built PC some love. Really, really awesome company to work with, and they ship to you folks in the EU. So if you do need a computer, they'll ship it overseas. With that being said, though, let's take a look at our scores after 2 rounds, gentlemen. Let's see where everybody is. With Peppa still holding strong at 43. And then we have Dunduck at 28. Motion Circles at 24. Something interesting, because Motion decided to use every little second in that raid and cut it very, very close. Was not expecting that. But look at the scores, though, from 4th, 5th, and 6th, jumping up 22, 21 to 20. Some of the scores will be a little bit off, but we are getting that fixed in the background, and we'll get the exact totals updated. There it goes, right there, live on stream. You guys saw that. Walker, 17 points. So survival seems to be the name of the game here. Survival, trying to get the task done. Much lower scores here, Clay, from the EU folks. Why do you think that is?
Like I said, I think it's mostly a case of a lot of newer players trying to play it a bit more carefully, a bit more slowly. There does seem to be more focus as well on PvP and pushing fights. Now, I don't know if that is literally just a tactic or if they just want to try and secure the map, but we're not seeing a lot of looting happening here. We're seeing more fighting happening here, more PvPing. Don't get me wrong, I like that. But it's going to be interesting to me to see now, in the next few maps, if we're going to be seeing more objective focus, or are we going to see the PvP scene go even crazier, even more amped up?
Yeah, I'm very curious also because, like I said, these scores are much lower going into these rounds than our NA counterparts. Our NAs were making, some of the NA folks were making 58, 40 to 58 points in labs alone. Obviously, they had 20 less thousand rubles to make for theirs, so it little bit different, but still really, really low scores here. Wolf, what would you like to see from the EU competitors to maybe make them go, a little bit faster? Like, what would you like to see to make those scores a little bit higher?
Oh, man. I feel like NA was just highly PvP. Like, there was a lot of fights going on in the NAs last week. So I think a lot more gunfights, a lot more third parties, a lot more people coming in and fighting all in the same area. That would be nice to see. But I think everyone's doing a fantastic job here. I am, for labs, like you were saying, having 20,000 more rubles that they needed to get one, those extra points, that might have a factor of why the points weren't as high as NA last week.
Yeah, quite possible. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at what our competitors will be doing next and see if there will be some more PvP action, or if we're going to see a lot of just looting and getting out very quickly, as we've seen some of our competitors, because they will be on Shoreline moonshine shooting. Jaeger has hidden fierce hatchling moonshines in his stashes. The moonshines can either be used for the special benefits they give or extracted for points. Kill any scavs and PMCs in your way for points. Multiple moonshines may be looted. Starting loadout, like always, any loadout, no reaps, no flurs, no T7s, you know, the same. Points 1 for scavs, 1 for PMCs, 2 for dog tags when they extract, 3 for extract, and plus 3 points per moonshine extracted. Now, this brings a lot of options to our competitors. We saw this last week. Not many of the competitors decided to drink the moonshines. We did have a few that drank more than one moonshine because they were so low on food and hydration that it was the only way to keep them alive to get out. So, do you think, Clay, that the EU folks have done research, or do you think that they know these stashes a little bit more than the NA? Because a lot of NA folks were like, wait, there's stashes on Shoreline.
Yeah, I did see a couple of posts from that, and I found that pretty amusing. I think that with the stash locations, they're out of the way from a lot of the places people are usually used to go to. Usually it's just a straight beeline for, you know, the resort. They don't think too much about the stashes, but now they're going to be going into the outside of the maps, like near the radio stations. They're going to be going near the villages. They're going to be near the swamps. They're going to be in locations they're not comfortable with. Now, I can't say that a lot of these players are comfortable with Shoreline. I can't tell you. I've not checked them out. But as a Shoreline lover and player, because it's one of the better maps out there, there are definitely a lot of positions here that our competitors are going to have to cover. Because there's going to be some range shooting here. There's going to be some range. So maybe we'll see some 100-meter, 200-meter shots. We'll see. But for the most part, I'm pretty confident in our competitors here. I think our EU contestants have really showcased some of their skills, their PvP skills, their map knowledge, their patience. I mean, patience is very important here. So.
Very, very true. What about you, Wolf? Do you know where a lot of these stashes are? Do you have a route possibly on Shoreline that you take?
Honestly, no. I know about maybe 4 or 5 stashes. Shoreline, I pretty much what everyone else does goes pretty much to resort for the most part. But I don't think we're going to see a lot of resort fighting here, though, because the stashes really aren't there. So, you know, like it's been said, you're going to see a lot of running around the edges of the map here, taking the long-range shots, trying to get those moonshines to get out.
Yeah, and with that being said, our competitors are on the map, and I believe we're going to be jumping in with Peppa, our points leader, going along the main road. Gentlemen, take it away, please.
Очень плохой респаун.
Thank you very much, Bunny. As you can see, as Bunny pointed out, we are back on Pepper, our current leaderboard leader. Leaderboard leader, that's the one. Currently skirting the outside of the maps. There's a stash I didn't know about actually on the beach there, so I'm already learning something new here, Wolf.
Yeah, I think that's one I usually hit when I'm just trying to extract. It's not one that I, you know, hit just on a whim. So, because usually whenever I spawn over there by tunnel, Peppa just heading to the shoreline there to grab those stashes. I just pretty much head over to the cottages, so different path usually. I do not think anybody will be going out to Scaff Island to get the stash out there. That's a very dangerous stash to hit, especially here, because there is one way in and one way out, and it is all open over there. And with everybody grabbing these long-range guns with those razors or voodoos, it's just not a smart place to go.
I agree completely. Though that Scav Island may be a good idea to maybe grab it at the very back end of the lobby. But even then, I personally would not go out there. It's way too risky, and the sheer amount of players I've caught coming off the boat or on that island, either they were doing tasks, or they were looting. Too many to count. That the island is definitely a risky maneuver. Just quickly as well, I want to say to Victoria Ryan, a fellow new caster for Evasion. It's her birthday today, so happy birthday, Victoria. And you know, as much as it is your birthday, I'm sorry to that you're so wrong about Shoreline, but either way, none of us are perfect, so I'll let you off. Happy birthday and have a good day.
You see Peppa here, he's got 2 moonshines now. Go ahead and throw him in the secured case. Now, he will not get the points for that if he dies, but what that does is it does cancel points for any other players, so they will not be able to get that from him. He'll still be able to sell them for money and some rubles, but will not get the points if he is not able to extract.
Indeed, and
Yes,
whether it's an issue of maybe point denial, I'm not too sure, but regardless of that, those moonshines do give, like the rule set says, some beneficial effects and buffs, so maybe he can use them in a pinch.
Definitely can. That is some point denial. We got some grenades going off here. Looks like we got a fight about to happen.
Ooh.
Armin, did he spot someone out running through the trees here? He does.
Yep. Oh, look.
Few shots going down.
Looks like it's Armin v. Hard. It does seem like Hard is currently 3 limbs down. Heavy bleeding, fractured. He's in a bit of a hard spot here. But Armin is going to be pushing up with a semi-auto. Let's see what happens. Armin trying to flush him out with a grenade. Using the grenade as cover to try and go even wider flank. This is a really smart play we're seeing from Armin here.
Hard throwing those moonshines in his secured case also to deny those points just in case he is dropped here. Long rotate from Armin here. Going to go ahead and drop down so he's not giving his position away with his head. So no headshots coming in
You know
from
what?
long
We don't
distance.
need it actually.
And Hard looks
You have
like
to
they're just
remember
going to
one
run
thing
away
as well.
We actually don't need it.
Yeah, apologies, Wolfie. Just wanted to say, remember viewers, these
Let it
private accounts,
go!
all the skills are not high. We're not seeing many elite perks here. We have to be careful here because the competitors have to watch their stamina even more so than usual. So that's why they're being a bit careful here. They don't want to get caught in the open here, especially on this area of the map. With low stamina. Oh, Walker puts Hard down. Hard was trying to move away from the initial fight, and Walker just happened to catch him, coming up on him. MDR, point firing that guy beautifully. It looks like Pepich is now moving. Oh, good grief! I said Pepich again. I'm sorry, Pepper. I
Я
meant Pepper.
рисканул, и это была
Magic
моя
with the
ошибка.
absolutely gorgeous
Oh.
mid-sprint headshot there. Good grief.
Beautiful
And the
shot
only
from
issue
Magic
with
and Peppa.
this- The only issue with this now, though, is that Magic has to go back into the pier, into that dangerous area to get that tag and potentially those moonshines too. So now Magic's going to be careful here. Maybe he should have waited for Pepper to come out onto the main road. We're going to see in a moment if Magic should have had more patience or not, or if he'll get away unscathed.
I mean, nonetheless, that is a guaranteed point for the PMC kill. So not a bad decision to drop him right there. Especially, I mean, that's a clean shot, pretty free for the most part. That was a dangerous place for Peppa to go out and get that stash. Did not pay off, though, as Peppa was dropped. So little bit of coverage for the most part for Magic to go out there and try and loot that. But here we are on Vivaka. Back here in the back side of the map by Sniper Rock.
Guys, remember Rock Passage? Guys, remember that? I miss Rock Passage. I miss it.
I do miss Rock Passage as well. Though Lighthouse Passage is kind of nice. Very, very huge extract location.
Oh, yeah. And it's always open, too, which is nice. I mean, no matter what part of the map you spawn on, you always get it, which is very, very nice.
Looks like Vivaka's coming out here to the stash back here. This is definitely one that's not hit very often. I know about it. I just never go out there and grab it.
There is one beside the drone.
Yeah, this dash is
Or
especially
what?
dangerous, especially with the Rock Passage
I'm number 7.
extract
We checked
being
number
active
6.
before.
No, we
But I
didn't
suppose
check
now
number
it might be a
16.
little bit safer to go for.
Number 16 is near a power line in what? Lord's Resort?
Walker
guys
thinking
know
to
where that
himself
one
and
is?
talk to his chat, trying to figure out where he can remember these stashes being at. He is running up on one over here, though, on his left. There's a little wooden crate stash underneath the tree up there on those rocks.
Indeed, and we look at Walker spies Armin. He's tracking him. I'm not sure if Armin knows he's being tracked right now, but it does seem like Walker might get the drop off. Oh, was that the kill? Just waiting for the catch up. Waiting for the catch up. Oh, Armin just go down. The second time Walker ambushes another unsuspecting player. Walker is having some fantastic luck with the placements here right now, securing another tag. GG's Walker putting that MDR to work.
That is 2 tags.
All right,
And
looks
2
like Walker
players
might
out.
hear another person. Looks like Walker and Iron Fists now. Evasion v Evasion member. Oh,
Teammate versus teammate in
Oh.
tournaments. Also, great shots going down. Iron Fist getting hit.
oh
Iron Fist is
goes down.
dropped.
Walker with another
Walker
kill.
able to land the shots, taking out former teammate and Evasion team member as well.
Oh, he's going to get some angry DMs later, that's for sure.
Someone might be looking for a new duos partner, so get to learn Iron Fist, everybody.
Walker is now on 3 secured kills. Taking out a former, like you said, former partner. There's going to be some drama about this later. Let's see if, like my homie, that's what he saw. Oh, no. See, what's going to happen is now this is going to be taken out of context, and Iron Fist is going to accuse Walker of team killing him again.
We're very close to the stash, no? I thought so. Like, was he looting it or what?
Walker's just
All right,
on
I was
that
like, Walker is
tear
just-
here on Shoreline.
He really is thriving, isn't he? Like he's I'm not gonna lie to you as well. Just the luck he's having as well with
don't know where
being
to
in the
go.
places he's in is
I'm gonna go back,
fantastic,
man.
and this is what it's all about. This is what we love from Tarkov. Like, will we get the superior position? Can't wait. Now, there's a lovely ad there. Interesting ad.
Oh, that's-
Okay, well, thank you very much for that, Twitch. We appreciate that.
Y'all from EU, if
You
you don't know
must be-
Florida. You probably do know Florida. That's Florida in a nutshell. Like, but here we are on Dundalk with Vavaka here on the picture-in-picture.
Good grief. What the? Okay, whatever. We're moving on to Dundalk of Avocado. Thank you all for pulling me back there from the brink.
You're welcome.
Alright, looks like Dundalk is moving up. I'm not quite sure where his bearings are currently. He might be moving up, I think. The path to Lighthouse, but is Vavaka above the rock right near him? I can't tell where he is. Okay, yeah, he's at the weapons crate rock near the air track. Looks like he is moving out to path to Lighthouse. Vavaka looks like he's moving to the resort, potentially.
Лучше туда не смотреть.
We have Vavaka on the backside of Resort here. Or that's the side of Resort, over by bus station on West Wing. So, and Dundalk definitely looked like heading to the extract there, past the lighthouse.
And
And
back
as we
onto
go over
Flynnis's
Flynnis
perspective.
Over by Cottagist. Did just hit a stash. If you guys don't know, there is a stash there in the corner inside that blue fence area. So Flynn having 4 moonshines on his body right now. That's a lot of points if they can get out.
4 moonshine. He's gonna have a party after this raid, isn't he? Good grief.
Might not be a fun morning, but it'll be a good night, that's for sure.
Try mornings, plural. I don't know about you, but about 24, 25 years of age, having my first 2-day hangover, man, that was not a good time. That was not a good time.
Can't remember the stash.
Flynnis searching for another stash just on the edge of the pond here. Now, I wasn't actually sure if there was one here, but I'm learning a lot, actually. You know, I'm a shoreline player. I like playing the map. I'm learning these stash locations I never knew about before.
Yeah, I don't know about the stash here either.
I think it's over there.
Do we know how many stashes are on Shoreline? Do we have an answer for that? Because I know there's a
We know the
lot for
ones that
sure,
we-
but I don't know the exact number of stashes here on Shoreline.
All right, looks like he found it anyways. And that moonshine, that is the 5th moonshine he's gotten. Flynnis is going to be starting up a moonshine distribution group. After this raid, it seems like it might be onto something here. And apparently, according to chat, there are 40 stashes in total on Shoreline. 40, so a potential of 40 moonshine spread for our competitors. Thank you very much, chat. We appreciate you.
That is a lot of stashes and potential for a ton of points. Flynn is trying to just make it to extracts, it seems like, or looking for those stashes. Did find one, looked like it had already been looted. So Magic is hunting someone, it kind of looks like, or just watching the extract, making sure it's going to be safe to go to, is that tunnel that he is looking at?
I believe so. That is tunnel, and he is doing his due diligence in clearing that area, making sure no one's going to be cheeky. Because as much as we don't like it, chat, extra camping is not exactly against the rules here. But obviously, if someone's just sitting there and not doing anything for the entire raid, different story. But Vovika is interesting. I think he's trying to farm scavs in the resort area.
Yeah, this is the first competitor we've had during this entire tourney from between NA and EU out of their 6 events. This is the first time someone's been to resort.
BSG, just to spice things up, can we spawn 5 Sanitars right now on top of Vovika and just see what happens? Is that possible? Can we do that?
All bosses of the maps just like airdrop in from the airdrop. It's not an actual stash, it's just the bosses airdropping in. Wouldn't that be an insane event though? BSG, let's get it. Let's get bosses being airdropped in.
Oh my goodness, I've just got this image now of Killer just, oh, there's another wonderful ad. We appreciate you, Twitch, we really do. Thank you for really showing us accessible content. We do appreciate you, thank you very much. Sorry about that, chat. Anyways, welcome back to Walker's perspective. He is trying to catch up more of the stashes, I believe, loosely following in the footsteps of Magic. Trying to pick up these stashes on this end of the map, and Magic looks like he's slowly making his way to Tunnel.
Magic still just kind of being what we like to call a bush Wookiee. Just kind of chilling, waiting, probably till close to the end. Flynist, this could be a fight. Flynist and they're both waiting here. They're going to tunnel. Flynist going. Hopefully he's safe.
Oh, they're not far off each other. It depends if Flynist here lingers. If he lingers, I think he's just wanting to leave. But if he lingers, Magic will catch up to him. Looks like he's trying to find me for a nade, trying to like discourage people from pushing him. Smart. Magic does have a long range. Yep. As long as Flynist doesn't peek too far from the truck.
Right,
So this is out.
We'll take it.
With well, how many did he get? Was it 6 moonshine he got there, or 5? 5 or 6 moonshine?
For certain. It could be 6. Yeah.
That was a very impressive haul. I mean, let me double check on the points on the moonshine. At the very least, he got out with 15 points worth of moonshine. At the very least, if he didn't pick any more up. That's really, really impressive.
That is a huge point boost for just getting, just items from stashes. Huge point boost. So Magic clearing the extract, making sure he's going to be safe to get over there, or just trying to do what we were talking about earlier, being an extract camper. Not really camping, just he wasn't sitting there the entire raid, so but definitely
extract
just trying to make sure it's safe to get over there.
We don't believe right now Magic is extract camping. We don't believe he's doing that. What he is doing is he's moving up in intervals.
Возможно, чел кинул грену чисто, чтобы разведать обстановочку.
Trying to keep it clear ahead of him. He's being smart here. Now, at the end of the day, this is also an opportunity to catch someone moving to the tunnel extract. This is an opportunity.
Профессионально собираем все кусты у себя на дороге.
As long as he's not just sitting in one place, always staring at the extract or being like in a corner near the extract, he's okay, chat. Do not worry.
Oh yeah, no, he's not
he's checking all the spots and everything. Yeah.
sorry for the confusion there. That was not the intent for that. But yeah, just
Yeah.
definitely clearing the site, making sure he's safe, maybe even potentially trying to catch someone who's running to extract. Motion seems to still just
Так,
be
у меня
losing,
яйца.
though.
Я побегу.
And looks like Emotion is taking it easy. Not sure if he's heard anything or he's just purposely trying to avoid the PvP right now, but it does seem like he's just hanging in tight.
Теперь
Maybe
осталось
trying to
тут
find some
как-то
more Moonshine. He has
закарабкаться, блядь.
4 on him currently, which is a very respectable amount.
А, блядь, тут нельзя, да?
I don't know if he can get the... Can you get up
Блядь,
the
тут
extract that
нельзя.
way? I don't think you can.
Не камильфо.
I don't think you can either. I think
Вот
he's
здесь я
just
одну
trying
всю
to
стамину потрачу.
be as safe as possible, not being out in the open.
Да, они сейчас уже оттуда будут идти, надо
But
уходить, короче.
Not able to jump up those rocks. That is not a way to get to the extract, and he's just going to try and run it. Hopes that no shots come his way. He's going to duck behind these rocks and should be getting out safe.
Magic getting out with his tags, with his Moonshine. GG's, dude. And Walker looks like he's going to try his luck with the boat extract here. I don't know about you, Wolfie, but every time I come here, I always start taking random shots in places, so I always try to, like, keep ducking and diving behind the boat. Looks like the boat's not open right now, though. Walker does need to start moving to the other end of the map, and quick, because 5.5 minutes left to traverse towards tunnel. Not going to leave him much time for maneuver if you want to take it safe around the extract.
Yeah, that is a very dangerous extract to
5
even
minutes,
check
you can
because
go
it's
to
such
any
a
extract
long run out in the
honestly.
open, and there's no visual cue, if I'm not mistaken,
But I
to
don't
see if
wanna run
boat's
to
even
the
open
boss, you know?
itself. So it's just it's kind of a gutsy
Suicide
move
fields
there,
and
unless he was just
stuff,
checking because he
still
doesn't have a
that
lot of
way to
time.
follow,
5
and
minutes
if I
left
run
of
into any
raid.
fight, I'm fucked. Whereas if we're playing it safe, it's okay. But the problem is, I don't want to go to the beach there.
Walker
You know
talking
what?
over
Walker
the
just kind of like
strats there, trying to
explaining
figure out what
himself
the-
away,
Go to
yeah.
the beach.
Yeah, right.
And we are going to be seeing, we believe, some last-minute clashes here because 4.5 minutes left, chat, and we still have five players left. 5 players left, so everyone's going to start moving to extract now. Now, arguably, you could say this map extract will probably go to path to lighthouse, like Wolfie pointed out earlier. It is very open, lots of different ways you can approach it, which is nice.
Construction.
Whereas maps like extracts like tunnel
I mean, it's a real desperate
and
W
Road to
if we're going
Customs tend to
the
be a little bit more
far end
linear.
spot, you know?
But either way, looks like Vovicat is
The
getting
problem
out.
is if we're going to this one and someone else is here, we're fucked.
4 minutes left. And a good amount of moonshine. Alright, Walker's on his way
definitely gonna
out
be running
now.
the
Just
tunnel.
yeah, motion circles. Looks like he's also running to tunnel. That general direction. I can't... Oh no, he's path to shoreline. Path to
No, it's
lighthouse. Sorry, he's in the
lighthouse.
path to lighthouse.
I don't
That's
even
the
know
one.
if
That's
we
the
have
one.
time for that far one.
Yeah, that new extract area place.
That new one where you try to run to the building and you can't make it in time.
It's like Walker might be cutting across, maybe going to path to shoreline also, or path to lighthouse also, or he's just taking a.
Not too sure. I think he's just going a little bit wider to get some more cover. I can't tell what he's doing. Either way, we have now confirmation Walker is the last one remaining in the match. So he doesn't know this. He doesn't know he's the last one in there, which is why he's playing it a little bit more slowly, a little bit more carefully. He already has 3 PMC kills. Now, I don't know how much moonshine he has, but 3 PMC kills is very impressive. We know that motion circles did extract, though, with 4 moonshine, which is still very respectable.
And he's just going to be heading the tunnel, and that is the interesting thing about Tarkov, though, is you never know if you're the last one alive or not. So he's playing as if there's still people around, trying to loot, get those last minute either scav kills or PMC kills or even those moonshines. So definitely going to play it safe here still. Never assume you're the last one alive. It's always the best, safest option to play Tarkov.
Absolutely. You're never safe, like we mentioned earlier. We're never safe. Now, He does have 2 minutes left. It looks like he's mulling his options. Is he going to try for these stashes? We know that. I think it was Pepper who got that stash pretty early in the game. So I'm not too sure if Walker wants to take the chances here. He's definitely not going to have enough time to go to the island and back. So I think he just has to make the conscious decision here. Just to go take his earnings, take his winnings, and just reset. Get out, secure those points, and hopefully jump up a couple of spots on the leaderboard. I will say one thing, though. My all-time favorite scope has to be the Razor now. I did love the Voodoo before. There are other scopes I love, but the addition of the Razor, oh god, the Razor is easily one of my favorite scopes in the game added with this patch. Chat, what is your current favorite scope, long-range scope to use currently in the white?
Yeah,
What's your favorite scope to use?
I'm gonna have to agree with you on the Razor there, Glamour. That is just such a clean scope. Just able to, but just a nice clean scope. The Razor is definitely taking place of the Voodoo over anything else.
Nice.
Indeed.
Oh,
Now,
and
the Voodoo,
with that, yeah,
that's good.
with that, we are bringing an end to that beautiful, beautiful raid. Now, something to note from that raid, though, is I was very taken aback that EU folks did not do any research after they watched NA struggle with all of the stashes. It looked like a lot of our competitors were very confused. They had no idea where stashes were. And it was just a lot of like, hey, is there a stash here? I think there might be. But we did get a few competitors with a couple of out. I still haven't seen anybody just rack up and grab 10 moonshines and have a set stash run down. And, you know, it confuses me every time. But let's take a look and see if the leaderboards have changed after that raid. And they have, with Dunduk jumping up to 46 points, Peppa with 43, and Vovaka with 41. But look at fourth. I mean, look at this is the one thing that I'm loving about this event with Euro is fourth, fifth, and sixth are only 2 points behind. Like, there's a 2-point difference separating third through sixth right now. And remember, the top three from today will be moving on to Sunday's championship event, where Battle State has donated the winning money. Much love to Battle State and helping put on this competition. Just honestly can't do it without them. There are people at Battle State right now helping run the show in the background. So guys, much love to them, giving us that money, dropping that love, guys. Show them some love in the chat. Wow, what an event. What was your takeaway from this, Wolf? What did you like about this? How did you feel? What did you think? Honestly, what did you think about Vovaka going up to the resort?
That was a very strange decision there. I mean, maybe he was just trying to get some extra points with scav kills, being that pretty much that late in the raid, all the stashes have pretty much been hit. So you're not going to be getting any moonshines unless there is that one layout or, you know, outlier stash that nobody really knows about. So definitely a strange call, being the first person in this entire solos battle, EU and NA, to go to resort. It was definitely a strange call, but man, a lot of those who was that came out with the 5 moonshines again? Was that Dundunk or?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe it was.
Flynn.
Yeah.
Or no, Flint. Yeah, there was a couple that grabbed a few, but
yeah, there was.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot happening with those. I mean, I'm kind of hoping that the other competitors for this weekend are taking some hints, and they're getting some ideas about maybe some of the pathing and some of the where they want to go, because we keep seeing that the well-known stashes are the ones where the fights keep happening at. We saw that early in this map, right, Clay? Well, I mean, break that down for us a little bit. We saw that fight really where, I mean, we saw, I believe it was Magic hit that beautiful one tap, correct?
Yes, Magic hit that lovely one tap. I forget who he killed, but it was just coming off the lighthouse pier part. like leading off the actual pier itself. We saw that beautiful mid-sprint headshot. And they are very difficult to do, those mid-sprint headshots. So that was a really beautiful shot. And it's funny, really, because we saw initially a fight happen near Road to Customs between Armin and Hard 111, I believe it was. And they took a few shots, exchanged a few rounds, and then they started splitting. And Hard ended up running right into Walker, who obviously then hung around, looted him, got the moonshine nearby, and then the exact same thing happened with Armin. Armin did the exact same thing. He circled around, couldn't find Hard anymore, went on the stash thinking he was okay, and Walker just happened to be looking right at him. And then seconds after this happened, Iron Fist just happened to stroll on by, minding his own business, having a lovely stroll in the summer, and unfortunately Walker did him dirty.
Yeah.
Very interesting coincidences happening there with Walker there, but that's just how it goes sometimes, you know. Sometimes you can walk right by someone and never know they were there, you know.
Yeah, that's very, very true. But let's take a look because our competitors are getting ready to jump into the very next map. Now, I do want to remind everybody at home that we have 2 events left. We have the next map, which is going to be Customs, and then we have our final map, which will be Lighthouse. But don't go anywhere, because after this group is done, we have an entire another group coming up for an entire another group of set of events. So don't go anywhere. We have a lot of Tarkov action for you today, but let's bring it up. Let's take a look and see exactly what we're going to see on Customs today, because they are going for the boss's treasure. Reshala has stashed his golden TT in the gas station office. So our players are tasked with killing Reshala somewhere near the construction site to get the gas station office key off of his body. They will need to use that key to unlock the door and get his golden TT to extract with it. Kill all PMCs and scavs in your way. Same rules as always. Loadouts, anything. No reaps, flurs, T7. Scavs are 1 point. PMCs are 1 point. Dog tag on extract will be 2 points. If they kill Reshala, that is 5 points. Each guard is worth 2 points. Extract will be worth 3 points, as always. And the golden TT extraction is 10 points. Now, one of the things that was brought to our attention and we agreed with was that the key should not be able to go into the secure container. So with that being said, the key cannot be put into the secure container anymore. So just because you have that key does not allow you to deny points to any other competitors anymore. Now, this is an interesting map because you can only get so many points in this competition. There are a lot of points to get, but there's only so many options for you to get them, because once Rashala's dead, those are gone. Once the guards are dead, those points are gone, and then the golden TT is left up for grabs, and we'll be seeing how this all plays out. Clay, what do you think? You know, do you rush Reshala seeing this? There's not a lot of points.
There is going to be a very good chance that if I was in this event, Reshala would be the way forward. Even if, failing that, even if I went down and didn't get the key, the golden TT, Reshala and his guards, now forgive me if I'm wrong, I think it's 4 guards he has. With all the guards killed, with Reshala killed as well, that's still a lot of points I'm going down with even if I die. So it does seem like a rush to the construction site, to the fortress, I call it, is going to be pretty much the only linear objective here. Now, I don't doubt that we're going to be seeing some people hang back, maybe with some scopes, and seeing if maybe they can try and pick off the winner of that fight, try and get that golden TT availability done with the key. But I really hope it's going to happen here. I really hope we're going to be seeing all-out chaos. I really hope we are.
All right, let's jump right into the action. We're going to jump in with Walker getting over here by this spawn bridge. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you very much, Bunny, as always. Now, Walker is crossing one of the land bridges over to the other side of the map. Iron Fist appears to be already over in construction. Hard sending it over there. Walker is being very dangerous with... Oh, we already have some fighting, actually. Maybe towards Big Red, if the audio's correct. Iron Fist is contemplating moving back, trying to get an eye on that fight, while Walker is trying his best not to make any noise. Hard is does seem to be trying to flush out Walker with grenades. That's what's happening right now. That's why Walker is taking it so easy. It doesn't seem
Yeah,
like
Walker
those nades are landing
spotted
close
out.
enough to flush him out.
Oh, yeah, Walker's still hiding there by the wall there, trying to figure out where these grenades are even coming from. And shots are being taken across from the river. I think Hard's getting shot up from the river.
Vavaka is already
Vavaka!
here. Did he just wipe the guards already?
That's Rashala? Is that Rashala?
He
Rashala's
just
dead?
wiped him already, I think. What did he get one of the new? Did he get one of the old gas spawn maybe? Oh, he's still here.
There's
Scabs around him as
still-
well. He might not have killed all the guards.
Ironfist turning around there in
Did
the bottom
Vavaka
right there
get
to
like
clear bridge.
the insane RNG spawn? Is that what he just did there? Because like we blinked and he's already dead.
He
the
had
Rochelle's
to have
already
gotten
dead, that
old
is.
gas spawn.
I was trying to put the key in a secure container there. Like you said, we can't do that. So I think it's just a matter of just muscle memory there, as per usual. Iron Fists is still moving out. He's still keeping an eye on behind him, and Hard is moving up. Oh! Iron Fist didn't quite place those shots. Hard punishing him for that. Now Iron Fist is in a really, really bad spot here. Loads of different bleeds. And Hard is going to likely use this to try and push up. Iron Fist is I
Hard
do not
definitely
think the
is.
proper towel. Oh! Oh! Iron Fist gets caught in a really bad way, unfortunately. Unlucky Iron Fist, GG's. Hard just punished. Unfortunately, those misplaced shots before just then. If Iron Fist didn't miss that many shots, unfortunately, he might have been able to push Hard into a tighter spot, but it is what it is. Iron Fist, good effort, good try. And GG, sir. Now, we're going to be moving on with Hard's perspective. He didn't take too much damage there, luckily, but now he has to try and think about moving towards the fortress. And it looks like Pepper has taken up post in the power warehouse overlooking the fortress right now. Scab is just in his own little world there.
Yeah, it sort of seemed like just kind of running along. Didn't even spot out Hard.
We just got confirmation as well with the Scab. So Walker died to an F1. Do we know if that was by a player or by an AI? Oh, we just found out. Unfortunately, Walker died to a bus guard's F1. We all know what those bus guard grenades are like. Unfortunate, Walker. Both Evasion members are out of the match.
Yeah,
Looks
very
like Flynn is
unfortunate.
now trying to move
Vavaka not
up.
able to. Yeah, Vavaka was unable to get all the guards. Kind of left a few of them alive, and Walker got the end of that there. But it looks like Magic and Armin here at New Gas right now. And this is where Vavaka does need to go as well to try to get that key, that golden TT from Rashala.
Indeed. Oh, okay. Looks like Magic and Armin are engaging. Well, they're very close to each other. They've heard each other more than likely. Now, I don't know if Flynn still has the key or not, but Magic is taking him out. Oh wait, he got him with
Magic.
that peek. That was disgusting. Armin couldn't even react in time. Dundalk
Bottom right,
is
Dundalk in a
fighting
fight
with
as
motion
well.
and puts motion down. These PMCs are dropping left and right here.
We are getting a lot of PvP here in Customs. This is definitely the PvP map for sure. And Pepe able to take out
Looks like
Sniper
Pepe.
Scav.
Oh, I think Pepper's going to try and do the wall jump. And Magic is right here waiting for him. Oh! Pepper goes down again. We are seeing so many people die, Wolf.
A lot of people getting dropped here on Customs. We have Hard and Dundalk here in Fortress. Hard going to be running up the extract stairs, it seems like. Dundalk hearing this run across, going to run to the other side. Oh, he does. Does he know he's there?
We're going to see.
Oh, he does. Okay,
Just-
look back.
Oh,
They're playing Ring Around the Rosie, it seems like a little bit. Oh, Dundunk is dropped by
Dundunk
Hard.
goes down!
The peak. Tried to get the peak from the stairs on Hard, but Hard spotted him out. Was able to get the shots down. Another PMC has gone back to their hideout quicker than expected.
I can't believe how many PMCs just died in the last 5 minutes, Wolfie.
Man, we've had 4? 4, I believe. We've had two go down in New Gas. We've had 2 here in Fortress. Yeah, 4. Seems like 4 PMCs died really quick.
Then Walker died, then Iron Fist died. Like, that's over half the lobby. Only 4 PMCs are left right now. And Flynist, who I believe has the key. I could be mistaken. I believe has the key. Is now keeping an eye on the fortress and seeing if he can pick off that Victor.
Vivaka had the key. He was the one that killed Rashala. So that would mean Magic, if looted Vivaka, Magic should have the key then.
Right, I see. Okay.
Wait, did Flynn is that a moonshine from Shoreline?
I think he kept the moonshine to use the buffs from it.
I think that's what he did. Instead of selling for the money, he brought it in to get the buffs from the moonshine from Shoreline.
That's actually genuinely super smart. I would have never thought to do that. And we just heard as well, Vivaka is currently sandwiched between a couple of the competitors right now. So Vivaka is caught in a tight spot here. Now, hopefully, Hard and Felinist are going to try and duke it out a little bit. Vivaka is just literally in the ditch between these 2 competitors. He's literally right there. Is he gonna get him?
Hiding down in the ditch here.
Oh!
Oh! Fight down in the gulch. Vivaka not able to drop Flynnis. Flynnis running around. We're dead. Flynnis, no legs left. And Vivaka's dropped.
Vivaka has lost the key. He has lost the key. And now Magic is going to have heard that fight, and now he's going to try and get an eye on this. This is absolutely wild. This is exactly what I wanted. I wanted chaos. I got it.
Flynnis does not know that Vivaka has the key, though. Has to repair those legs, and Vivaka is not in a place that you want to loot, really. It's going to be kind of in the open, if I'm not mistaken.
Unfortunately, he is, but I think if I'm not mistaken, we have 2 to 3 players left now on the map. It looks like Magic is back all the way up now. He's back all the way up.
Yeah, Magic's over by the Scav tower there. Just taking out Scavs to get some extra points. So...
Жесть меня упырем называют, за шо?
Right, we got 3 players left. Hard, Magic, and Flynn are the last 3 alive. Flynn still needs to check Vivaka there. It might behoove him to check him since he does have the key. Just making sure that he is clear from that fortress, because that is not a place you want to loot someone. That is way too out in the open.
I'm getting nervous watching him already. Did you just take damage? Was that just a... What was that?
Время есть. Не
It looked like just a damage from somewhere.
Damage, but I don't know if that was a shot.
Yeah, I don't know. Was it maybe him running? Oh, wait, no. He's definitely taking shots from the fortress. Definitely taking shots, I think. Yeah, Hard
is still in fortress.
Definitely spotted him. Hard is pushing out. He is full sending it. He wants blood. Flynnis is in his way. Is Flynnis going to be able to catch him and take him down? Hard is moving. He's being very aggressive here. Going to try and use some nades to flush Flynnis out. Hopefully these nades don't catch him. These nades are really displacing Flynn right now. Really displacing him.
Hard
is trying to get a lot nice wide angle on here. Oh god, it's gonna happen. Wolf, it's gonna happen again. Oh god.
Another team fight about to happen, or a player fight about to happen here as Flynnis is dropped from Hard. A great angle from Hard as he takes him out, just able to see his head through the bottom there of that Connex box.
I don't believe it. We have 2 competitors left on the map. 2 left. Look at those tanks.
hard with 5 dog tags.
Okay, Magic looks like he's locking down the new gas area right now. Now, it might
Checking
be a
those doors, see
strategy
if
here
those
just to
are
lock
locked.
down the gas station and just wait to see if someone brings the key. Now, Hard needs to check these bodies because we know Flynn has the key, but right now Hard doesn't seem interested. He doesn't seem like he wants to loot them. Is he just going to leave the key there? Does he know that
He's
the
going
key's
to leave
there?
the key. I don't think he knows Vivaka had the key because I don't think Flynn. I don't think he looted the key from Vivaka, did he?
I don't believe he did. No, he didn't get a chance to. By the time he literally he died onto the body, went prone, and then suddenly took a shot. I think he's trying to find Rashala. Maybe then he'll get confirmation. Okay, he sees Rashala, but he's making me nervous here, Wolf.
Is he looking to see how many guards are left, or is he counting the players just in case? And Magic going over to the dorms area. Looks like Magic just might be trying to take the safe way out here. Maybe pick up a few more scav kills.
And he can put it in the container, right? Right now.
No, they cannot.
Okay, then.
That was another
That's interesting.
moonshine there on that body. That was a couple players that have brought in a moonshine then from Shoreline to get those buffs.
Genuinely would never have thought of that. That was very, very smart. But now Hard got confirmation that they are unable to secure the key in the containers now. So is he going to go back out and check each of the players? Because he knows the key is not here right now. He knows it. But, oh, that was the last guard. Where did he come from?
I don't know what he was doing out there. He must have been scared because his boss was killed. But just chilling over there by the Connex entrance just off to the left as he picks up a few quick points there. As he drops, seems to be the last guard. But he's got to figure out where this key is then.
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. He's checking places where potentially the key could be denied. And we don't know how much time is left on the match right now, but the longer he takes here, the more likely Magic, for example, is going to try and circle around to Fortress and just try and see if he can find it. But I'm not too sure why he's checking these scab bodies. Is he just expecting the competitors to have just stashed the keys somewhere? Like interesting.
I mean, that would be a big brain play there to like, if you're trying to play it, you know, calm and keep the points of the key off of you, you could put it on a guard. Because I mean, I wouldn't expect anybody to look on a guard's pockets for the key from Rashala. But it looks like Hard's going to go back out and check these PMCs over here. I think he got confirmation that the keys could be on one of them, since the key was not on Rashala.
All right. We've got one more body left. Is Hard gonna? Is he finally gonna find the key? Please find that key. Is it in his? There it is. There it is. He's happy with himself. Look at him. His eyes went wide when he found that key. There we go. Okay, now it looks like as well Magic is extracting. That leaves Hard as the only one left on the map. The points for the golden TT is his if he decides to take it. Maybe he doesn't want to. Maybe he'll play it safe. But it does seem like he's got a free TT to loot here, guys.
For sure, Magic, go ahead and take that boat extract there. And Hard, last one standing. He's got nothing to worry about unless just a crazy scab somewhere that he doesn't know, doesn't see, takes him out. But he's got free roam. He can go get those free 10 points from the golden TT. Let's see if he decides to do that as he hears some scabs over in Old Gas there yelling at him.
Now, the good thing is about using these keys too is that they have uses. So he can see on the key whether or not it's been used already. If he can see that that key is not used, he knows that the room hasn't been checked yet. He knows that it's potentially a really nice point increase. Now, all we have to hope is that one of these scavs don't suddenly get all head-eyesy, you know?
That was a very close situation there as that scav just ran out the door at him. This game can definitely be considered a horror game at sometimes, I think. The jump scares you get from scavs running out of doors or people shooting you from who knows where. I can't tell you how many times I've jumped out of my seat.
What you should definitely do, Wolfie, is install sound alerts on your stream and just pick up all the Tarkov sounds. I guarantee you, man, you're going to be getting older with each stream. It's so stressful.
It's already been done. It already scares me even more.
Just want to quickly say, guys, as well, if we had a few queries about who was talking in our competitors' ears there, those are our battle mods. Our battle mods keep the show running. They keep our competitors in the know. They let them know about time limits. They let them know, they remind them about objectives, point totals, everything. We could not run this show without our battle mods. So let's show some love in the chat to our battle mods. And not just that, our production staff. Everyone's talking in our ears right now. They all keep the show running. We're all cogs in a machine. We can't work without the other. Guys, let's get some love up in their chat for our wonderful Evasion staff members.
All right, Hard is definitely running over to the gas station here to go get that golden TT from that office. 7.5 minutes left of this raid. Plenty of time to get out. Still taking it easy. And now he sees the dead bodies, knows that some kind of fight went down here. And now the question is somebody here? He does see the door open.
We promise you, Hard, there's not a 5-man just sitting inside this room waiting for you. We promise. And there it is. There's that golden TT, ladies and gentlemen. Secured. Hard has a totally free shot now towards the extract. All he has to worry about now is not getting attacked by Terminator scabs. This literally is, his only worry right now.
And he did get that golden TT in his pocket, going back for his bag, and he will head his way to extract. So pretty safe for him to run in, or run out, I should say. Should be a pretty big boost in points for him. That's 10 points just with the golden TT, and then you've got all those dog tags and kills that he's got as well.
Absolutely, and not to mention he even managed to get a couple points from the last guard there, just to top everything off. Plus all the AI he's been killing, you know. A lot of players and viewers tend to underestimate how many points can stack up from these regular scabs, you know? Like, we've seen a lot of competitors do it before. They do a little circle around the map, stay away from the obvious fights, try and pick off these scabs with some extra points, you know? These points do add up.
I think that
already, from before this game, we saw there was only a 7-point spread between, like, first and sixth Wolfie. That could literally mean the difference of 2 to 3 scabs at the end. That's how this point system can boil down to. It really is smart to try and get as many points as you can with the time limit you have left. All right. Hard is being rightfully careful here. He's got a lot of points in him right now. He does not want to run into somebody. Luckily, the only people he's running into in scabs. Luckily.
Yeah, very luckily, just scavs. Still playing it safe, though. Still unsure if there's anybody just lurking, trying to make that last push.
And just to clarify how much PvP we had there, Wolfie, out of all of our 10 competitors, only 2, I repeat, 2 made it out. 1 PMC died to an AI, and that was Walker to the guard grenade.
Right, in my opinion. We get very juicy right and come back into the game.
Yeah,
and there's the timer. 3, 2, 1. Hard going out there with a huge point boost there. GG's Hard. You fought well. You played well. Look at all those kills.
And
Good
enemies
stuff.
.x, which I didn't
GG's.
kill.
What an
were
amazing
counter-
raid for Hard there. Incredible
Mhm.
raid.
Very, very good raid for Hard there. Something to note, though, was Hard was about 24 points behind being in third place. So after that raid, we'll see exactly where that falls and where it puts him. This is an extremely close competition going into the final round, where at least the top 7 people could possibly move on to the finals. We could have anything happen here going into this Lighthouse raid. Let's take a look at those scores and see exactly where everybody is with another league change. And not just a small one, this is a huge change. Magic jumping up to 64 points. Hard jumping all the way to second after that raid with 55. And Bo Vaca with 52. But look at Dundalk, 47. Peppa, 45. Walker, 41. Motion, 40. I mean, Lighthouse can go crazy. We could see none of the top 3 make it. We could see all, like honestly, 1st through 7th have an amazing shot at getting into this competition. I would even say 8th. 8th has a possibility. We've seen some huge swings here on Lighthouse. Man, this competition is still wide open for any one of these competitors right now. This is insane. This is insane right now. So with that being said, I mean, guys, what do you know what? We asked so much about, like, what about the last raid? What would you do for the next raid? Clay, what's the spawn you don't want going into Lighthouse?
The absolute worst spawn, and I would be very surprised if anybody disagreed here. The absolute worst spawn you could possibly get in Lighthouse is next to the Southern Road. You have to work through all of the other spawns right to the end of the map, right to the road compound. You are literally spawning at the point where you have to move through the most resistance throughout the entirety of it. Now, you can extract from Southern Road, I believe, even spawn next to it, which is a good thing in case you need to do a hot extract. But this time, our competitors, they have to stay on this map. They have to milk all the points they have, which means that if they do get that Southern Road spawn, they're going to have to fight their way through. Now, we might see people push through. We might see some upsets. We might see some unfortunate circumstances happen. But I feel very sorry for anybody who gets that spawn this match. I really do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wolf, are you still sticking to your game plan, like what you would normally do? You're going to play it. Would you play this slow or what are you thinking? Say you're in 7th. You have 40 points. You know you can still win. What do you do here?
Oh man, if I'm in 7th place, like Motion is right now, with a very, very good chance of still winning, especially here on Lighthouse with these airdrops that are coming in. I would play aggressive. Like you're already in 4th place. Like you have not much else to lose now. You need the points. It's time to play aggressive. It's time to get those points from those shells you can get from those airdrops, the rogue kill points, the PMC kills. Now's your time to play aggressive. Now's your time to push the envelope. Whereas if you're in Magic, you've got to still, I mean, it's not a huge lead, but it's still a comfortable lead. So it'd be a good time to maybe play a little safer, get the PMC kills you see, trying to go for those airdrops, and just try to take out those people that are close on your button points, just to help secure, your top spot there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Well, let's take a look at the air support on Lighthouse and see exactly what we can expect. Our competitors are tasked with covering as many of those OFZ shells as they can from the airdrops. Remember, airdrops come in every 3 minutes from the very start of the raid. Every 3 minutes, another airdrop will be dropping in. They need to kill as many scavs and PMCs, and multiple OFZ shells may be looted. Remember, starting loadouts, anything. They can also, not bring Reaps, Flurs, T7s like normal. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So, Scav, Rogues, 1 point each. Scavs and Rogues count for the exact same. So hopefully our competitors learn from NA and maybe stay away from the Rogues if they don't need to mess with them. PMCs are worth 1 point. Dog tags on Extract are 2 point. Extracts are 3 points. and every single OFZ shell is 3 points. And remember, there could be up to 3 OFZ shells per airdrop. So we'll see how this plays out for our EU competitors as they get ready to load into this map for their final map of the day. Once again, we will be right back after this map with a whole nother set of competitors, as Group B will also be running today. So we hope that you've enjoyed this show as we get ready to go into Lighthouse for this last map for these competitors. But don't go anywhere, because we will have another 5 maps with an entire another group of competitors right after. Oh, gentlemen, these competitors go in. I mean, we got like the next group that's coming up. We have is really. I mean, I thought this group was going to be kind of insane with Walker and Iron and a couple of others. But man, next group also we got Venom EU, we've got Instant T, we've got Haze. I mean, that next group, there's a lot of great EU competitors coming up in that next group. What do you think, Clay? Who's your go-to in that next group?
Now, I would love to go with Haze, but you know, I've seen a lot of plays from Instant T, and this guy is going to put everybody in a rough spot if he fights them. Then again, I have actually personally played with Venom, and he is a fantastic player as well. It really is hard, as I can never pick like a absolute winner, because every player brings something of their own to the table. You know, they bring some kind of play style that might it's like rock paper scissors, but there are so many different tools at play as well here, and it can go anywhere, man. I'd love to pick a favorite, but there are just too many good players here. There's just too many of them.
Yeah, there really are a lot of great EU players. Guys, once again, please make sure if you are looking to see this cast maybe in your language, we do have some restreams going on right now. Utopia Gaming is doing our Italian restream, and our Polish restream is being done by SQBunny_YouTube, both right here on Twitch. So make sure you guys head over there if you need those languages for yourself. So really awesome stuff that we can we have such a great community here in Tarkov that we can have these restreams for those folks in their language. It's awesome, and I hope to add, you know, as time goes on, I hope to add more languages for everybody. Guys, also make sure you are following Evasion on all of our socials. As before, make sure you are over there on Twitter, Evasion_GG. That's where we post all of the most up-to-date information about any tournaments that will be coming forward. And then Evasion_GG on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And I think we are ready to jump right in with our competitors on Lighthouse for the final map of the day. And let's see how this leaderboard changes once again. I mean, I'm kind of excited. I'm very excited, because anything can happen when we end. I'm just excited. Boy, gentlemen, take it away as we jump in with Magic.
Thank you once again, Bunny. And we have Magic currently spawning near the Merin key car. And this is a bit of a safer place to spawn here, because there's a lot more cover. Especially from that, especially from Pride Rock, I call it. Pride Rock. I don't know what you call it, Wolfie. The very big mountain range that's up to his left. But there's a lot of cover here from that rock, which is nice. And now, it seems like Magic is going to try and hope this drop lands on the beach, so we can hopefully pick off a player.
Yeah, I don't think I really have a specific name for that rock. If anything, I know whenever I'm playing with people, I always call it a spiral tree mountain. Because there's like one tree up there that's dead and kind of in like a spiral formation that doesn't look like any other trees. So whenever I play, I usually call it spiral tree. But I have spotted out a lot of people up there before, and looks like we got a airdrop down by the lighthouse. It looks like actually they're on shore, and looks like we're going to be looking to see how safe it's going to be to move up on that. Oh, we hear some jumping around from Magic, it seems like. Vavaga up on the mountains as well. Some shots coming down, and Magic is dropped by Vavaka. Vavaka picking up the first PMC kill here at Lighthouse. A great angle there as he's able to take out Magic. Iron from above, taking out Vova as well.
He killed that bloke, didn't he?
3 PMCs all right here around this mountain range. 2 quick extracts. Oh. Dunduk getting dropped here by Armin. Armin getting a great angle, great view. That is 3 PMCs down already.
Now, I do just want to cut in real quick here just to bring this to your guys' attention. That means that first and third are both out. Magic and Vovaka are both dead. The only leaves Hard up in the top 3, and now Dunduk, who is in 4th, is also out. This is completely open for the other competitors to jump into 3rd to move in to the championship on Sunday.
Yeah, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th being taken out. This definitely opens it wide. Hard still in the lead, though, with points. Still on the map also. Can just kind of try to get the kills or the points necessary to keep that lead. It's like Flynn has picked up a kill. That is half the map gone. In the past minute and a half, there is only half of the players left here at Lighthouse. That is a lot of points available with all these airdrops coming in, and that's 3 OFZ shells for Flynist.
I can't believe it. This is already. This is way worse than Customs was. Customs we saw, like nearly half the lobby die in 5 minutes. We've seen the majority of players die in not even 2 minutes. This is absolutely wild.
There's the second airdrop coming down. Looks like it's going to be close to the front of water treatment plant there. Does have to be very worried, aware of those rogues, because, you thought the Raiders in labs have angle or aim. Rogues can be worse. They could see you from almost half the map away, it seems like.
All right, looks like we've got Pepper and Flynnis, maybe. I can't quite tell from Pepper's perspective. Oh, I think there was a scav that's shooting him right now. Although that's dangerous because this scav is giving Flynnis some trouble. But Flynnis has to deal with the scav real quick because Pepper's going to probably try and get line of sight on that fight, which he is doing to now. He's trying to. Flynnis has to be careful here. He does not want to get caught in the open. Oh, that scav was giving him some grief there as well. Okay, so he's just taking a second, patching himself up.
Checking the mag, seeing how many bullets he's got left. Going to go ahead and reload.
Kind of lost track.
Better to have a topped up mag than a half a mag.
100%, 100%. Pepper is just taking it a little bit slow. He wants to try and get this range on this guy. He wants to.
Yeah, just so you guys understand what happened earlier, we had Vovaka killed Magic, Iron killed Vovaka, then nearby Armin killed Dunduk, while Hard and Walker fought. Hard killed him, then Flynn cleaned up the first fight by killing Iron. So that means 1st, 4th, 6th, all down, and this competition is entirely opened up to the other competitors now. Back to you, boys.
Absolutely wild stuff. Thank you for that, Bunny. I can't. This is the upsets we were all hoping for. This is the leaderboard flipping we were all hoping for. It's anybody's game now. It just depends on how well the remaining competitors do. Now, Flynn is taking this pretty smartly, and Pepper is trying his best, trying to keep elevated. He wants to keep this superior position. Try and get someone to push for a drop so we can pick them off. He's trying to.
It looks like the airdrop has...
Wolfie, what do you think so far?
Oh, it's crazy right now. There's just deaths going on all over the place. Everyone's just trying to get the points necessary. This is the last map. So, like, there is no more after this. They need to get these final points to try to get to that top 3 so they can move on to the finals on Sunday. And as close as this competition is, it's still anybody's game. There's a quick scav kill coming in from Flinnis, it seems like. Nope, not able to get him yet. Still running around. There's 2 scavs there.
These points will add up as well, so it's good that he is pushing for these.
Bro, I can't hit
But
him.
he has to be careful with these scav engagements because they may give his position away. It looks like Motion is now already hearing that fight. Flinnis is moving down to the bridge. Oh no. Oh! Oh!
Got him.
And there he is.
Flinnis
Motion.
goes down!
Nice.
Motion has just opened the leaderboard up even further.
Are you kidding me?
Oh no, and he's getting attacked by a scav.
Motion!
Oh my god, I didn't know you could run past. You can't run past there.
Almost getting dropped down by the ever fearful shotgun scav. Has lost his arm, it
Alright.
looked like.
At least I got
Gonna
decent
heal
kill,
up.
eh?
And that should
could
leave
have
that airdrop open
potentially
for him to
been-
go get some more points as well.
That could have potentially been a massive upset there for Motion, but luckily he cleared up that drop, and it doesn't look like Pepper has a line of sight on that drop as well. So this might be some free OFZ shells for Motion here.
Peppa's still up here by Chalet, up on the rocks here. Just trying to get the long range drops on any of the players. Definitely playing it very cautious this round. Another airdrop coming
more
in.
drop coming in. Yep. And Hard, interestingly enough, is in the train station
Вот этот на меня может выстрелить.
just past
Очень
the
хорошо
road
будет.
compound. Was there a drop that landed here before, or is he just coming around to try and maybe pick up some rogues for points?
That's a good question. I don't think an airdrop happened over here, but I mean, we don't have sight of the map at all times, the entire time. So he could just be coming over here to get some quick scav kills, to get some points racked up, to extend that lead even further, since he is the highest point holder that is currently alive right now, as our first place was dropped pretty early. There's a scav just kind of walking around in his own world. Has no idea, gets spotted out now, but Hard just takes him down with ease with that M1.
Gotta love that instant crouch. I love that.
Где? Жесть, а он уж туда пошел?
Peppa seems a little
Peppa
confused on
is...
where that drop went.
Yeah.
Ну это жесть.
Pepper does seem to be playing this way more defensively and passively than
Это
before.
жесть, он куда-то его увез.
Now, I
совсем
don't know if he
далеко.
plays the map a lot. It does seem he does. It does seem like he does because, you know, he's got a great angles and great lines of sight here. But he hasn't really done much. He hasn't really shifted position.
Странно.
Is he, I'm assuming
Я
he's just
прям
waiting for people
уверен,
to
что
try
он
and fight it
давно
out.
где-то сидит.
Hope a drop lands in a nice clear view of where he is right now and just picks off whoever's left. I'm assuming that's what he's doing.
Что такое?
And then we've got Hard, who is just seemingly just patrolling around the train station. This is some really interesting strats here. People just kind of like just trying to be careful, playing it really, really, really cautiously here. I mean, Hard has got to be careful here anyways because these rogue turrets, they can snipe people from up to 200 meters away. He's got to be really careful here because these rogues will not mess around.
No, they will not mess around at all. And it seems like a lot of them are just kind of staying away from rogue camp because rogues, they're only worth 1 point, the same as scavs. So it's almost not even worth challenging them until, you feel you're 100% safe to be able to take them out without anybody, watching you. But looks like they're more prioritizing looting these airdrops for those OFZ shells instead of any other like rogue kills or anything like that.
Armin is drinking that moonshine once more. Oh, I think that's height over ball acting up there. Yeah, his shots are hitting the metal railing. His height over bar is letting him down.
Блин, 2 очка убежало. Я чуть больше предик делал, чем надо.
Yeah, those railings can definitely be a hindrance when you're aiming down the scope. You might not see them in your scope, but that barrel is where that bullet's coming out. So that barrel was not over that railing, so he was not able to get the shots down on those scabs. That's 2 points he could have got.
Absolutely. And now we have motion. And Pepper back on screen. Motion is still hasn't made it out of the village yet. Everybody, I think, is more or less pursuing their own airdrops currently.
Everybody trying to secure their own points. The downside about that, though, is anytime you pick up 3 of those shells, there's another player that's close to your heels and points that is also picking up 3 shells as well, so it's kind of denying any progress. So, oh, looks like Motion's got an
Motion
airdrop.
is right below the airdrop, yeah. That is... that's going to open up some very interesting plays here. Looks like
I think that's going to
Pepper
be
is trying to
a...
get line of sight on grenades.
Зачищать кто-то.
I think Motion needs to message BSG and say, thank you, BSG gods, for dropping this on me. I don't have to run very far.
All right, Armin is on the beach. Having a little bit of trouble looting it, but there we go. He got it in the end. 3 OFZ shells secured right there. And he wasn't sniped. Can't go wrong with that.
Trying to open it up and lay down to be get a little bit more coverage, because looting those airdrops, they're never in a high coverage area usually, and you were just kind of stuck there out in the open, making it a pretty easy kill for anybody looking down at you. But here we go, Motion going to be able to secure 3 of those shells as well.
And we did see Motion do something really interesting there. He did at least try to throw a smoke grenade onto that drop. Now, that's actually pretty smart, because we haven't seen that strategy used much. We don't even see smoke grenades used that much as a whole. So using those smoke grenades here to try and provide himself some extra coverage, it's a smart play. You know, it's a smart play for sure.
Yeah, anytime I loot a smoke grenade in raid, I just throw it. Smoke grenades are fun to watch also, but yeah, you see it really utilized very much for tactical reasons, but he definitely tried giving himself some coverage by throwing it on the airdrop there.
Alrighty. We've got a bit of downtime here at the moment. Armin is just moving through, likely trying to keep himself between all these trees, away from them. Oh, what are those shots? Is that a scav? Is Motion next to Armin? I can't tell. There's too many trees and bushes in the way. Oh, another drop coming in, though. They're coming in.
I feel like Lighthouse is just a more mountainous version of Woods with all these trees everywhere. Hard to spot exactly where you are.
Oh. Armin's trying to flush out somebody with grenades. Not sure who he thinks is here, but we did hear those shots from before. I don't know where these guys are.
I will say this is a really cool thing about these private servers that Evasion uses for these tournaments that BSG gives them. Like, to be able to customize these airdrops to come, I think it's every 3 minutes an airdrop comes in. So you don't see that on the live servers. They do that specifically for this tournament to give them a little bit more customization for looting, so they can set goals and points of interest for these players to go to.
Indeed, yeah. This is why, in terms of the tournament format, I much prefer much prefer the private servers because we can do these little things. We can tweak these modifiers here and there and present completely unique scenarios that our players have never found themselves in, and they have to change things up. All right. We just got confirmation on 2 things, chat. We got confirmation on how many players are left for the map for sure. There are 3 players left. Armin, Motion, and I forget the other guy's name. I apologize. But we do have 3 people. Pep, that's the one. Pepper, that's the one. I keep forgetting his name. All these guys are remaining on the map, and Motion has secured, for the moment, first place. But we still have more drops to come. I think we have maybe 1 more drop on the way before the lobby closes. I could be wrong, maybe 2. But everybody is just slowly moving around the map. They're trying to get to these points where the drops would. Everybody's trying to just circle around the map right now, and they're trying their absolute best to try and stay away from each other. Each of our competitors, I believe, has shells on them, which means that if one leads to a fight, then another fight leads up. One competitor come out easily with 10 plus shells.
Yeah, I think Peppa's just going around the edge here on the beach, trying to see if he can find any more airdrops that might have been missed. Doubtful any airdrop was missed. Those are pretty noticeable things. Finds a dead body, though. Peppa now playing a little more safer, trying to figure out if this is a fresh one or if this is semi-old.
And something to note here, I'm going to cut in real quick, guys. Just so you guys understand, Motion is in first, right? But mathematically, the 3 remaining players could still bump him back to 4th and out of the finals. So this competition is still not set in stone. Anyone can still make it in, especially with these 3 being left and only 6 minutes left on the clock. Gentlemen, back to you.
Oh, wait.
Looks like he's
these guys. Oh, Pepper and Armin are now engaging each other. Tossing a nade. It's coming around. Oh, Pepper goes down. Armin takes him out.
Надо было встать.
Great play by Armin there to take out Peppa. That's another couple points for Armin and 1 less competitor. As Hard still far away. It looks like where is Hard? Is he going for the extract here?
It looks like he's at the Southern Road extract. Oh, he's playing
coming
around
back in.
it. I think he just realized maybe he doesn't have the extract and just came away from it. I'm not too sure, but with 5 minutes left on the clock, he's got to try and make his way out because it's a long way to go to the extract. And now Armin has just picked up more of Z shells. I'm not too sure. I think he maybe Pepper gammed the majority of them or all of them. But regardless of that, he went down, and now Armin has the tag.
And it is quite possible with that death from Peppa, that will eliminate Peppa from the tournament. We'll find out near the end when we get everybody extracted and points tallied up. But Armin coming out with some more OFZ shells. And this game still wide open. So many people can still qualify for the finals on Sunday.
I can't believe how absolutely wild this Lighthouse raid is. We only have a couple of players left. One other player has survived, and he extracted. Now it's just Hard and Armin left, and they don't have much time. They have -4 minutes left. And Hard is running really brazenly out towards Warehouse 2. Easily one of the most dangerous spots in the entire compound because of that Warehouse 2 patrol. And it seems like Hard is just trying to make it out. Has he taken out the majority of these rogues? Is that why he's here?
And with not many points left on the map except for each other and scavs and rogues, this isn't a bad idea for Hard to try to increase that lead, but it's also a little dangerous as Armin's getting to a fight with a scav again. He's going to have to fall back as he
his
takes
chest
a
is
lot
low.
of damage.
Oh, he has to be so... honestly, that stomach being blocked as well is something he might need to sort out quick. Because remember, chat, if you take shots to the stomach, it does bonus damage. The damage modifier to the rest of your body is higher. So if a shotgun scav, for example, managed to land a bunch of pellets in his stomach, he could fall over. So he has to be super careful here now, and his arm is also wrecked as well.
That's for sure, but not only that, he's also going to be losing energy and hydration a lot quicker with that stomach being blacked out. So I think with as little time as we have left, it's not going to be that detrimental. But he definitely needs to get that healed up, though.
Durability.
What?
Your armor is zero durability.
Looks like Armin is attempting to try and start moving out to... Oh, his armor is completely zeroed. That is... Oh, no. Every scav is suddenly way more dangerous now. He has no armor.
Hard is rotating from the treatment camp. He's got to hear these shots. It does look like he might just be going to the extract as he finds what could be an unlooted airdrop.
It's possible. Maybe this is the one that Motion had looted. It is. This is the one that Motion threw the smoke grenade on earlier. Already hit, and he has a minute and a half left.
Doesn't matter.
These guys have to start getting a move on. Armin, I think, will make it in time. Ooh, Armin nearly ran face first into a scav there with no body armor. Hard is really pushing his luck here. He has to beeline for that extract. He is going to be on tight time, and unfortunately, he goes MIA. No extract bonus.
Hard's not that far though from path to shoreline. I think that's what he's taking. Yeah, that's path to shoreline extract right there. I think Hard will get out. I think Armin might be the close call here because I don't think he's super close to that extract.
Armin's actually closer than Hard right now, I think, but Armin is not prioritizing moving to that extract. He's trying to get out and kill scavs just like last minute points, which is smart. But he doesn't even have 40 seconds left. Are they going to make it? I don't think he's going to make it, you know. Oh, no. This is going to be super close. Okay, I think Hard is going to make it in time. Is Armin going to make it?
I don't think Armin will make it. Hard is very close.
Hard is extracting, but
Armin's not going to make it.
I don't think Armin's going to make it either, Wolf. I think Armin, he spent too much time trying to milk scabs from the village. I think that's going to work against him right now. Yep, the extract timer is not popped up yet. I don't think he's going to make it in time. There it is. I don't think he's made it. He hasn't made it.
MIA.
5 seconds. Armin.
What?
Oh no.
Oh. Oh fuck. Really?
That
I
is
didn't see the
so
time.
unfortunate, but he just spent too much time trying to milk those scavs of the village. He didn't handle his time well at the end there and paid for it. Oh
Yep,
no.
that is very, very unfortunate. I mean, we hate to see MIAs, but unfortunately with milking the time, that does happen. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get those scores going. Let's see what those scores look like real quick. Finish it up, because man, well, unfortunately, I'll get you the scores right now. Things have already switched up, so let me bring it up for you and tell you exactly where everybody... Oh, wow, that switched a bit. So Motion was in first. Hard jumped up to 81. Hard jumped up to 81 points, so Hard will take the win for today. Motion fell to second with 77, and Magic is going to hold on to that third with 64. It was so close coming down to that last map. All of the competitors were right there, and it just came down to it. Man, What a huge shift and a huge swing by these competitors. But with that being said, if you guys want to see the scores, make sure you head over to escapefromtarkov.com/evasion. You'll find all of the scores for the entire EU event listed there as they progress. So you can find those scores for yourself right there. Head over there and don't go anywhere, because even though this group is done, we will be jumping into another group very, very shortly. Let's go ahead and, you know what, Clay, do me a favor, tell everybody where they can find you.
Obviously my handle is in my panel here, Claymore Plays. You can find me over on my Twitch, Claymore_Plays, and I will be going live after I'm done here, so hopefully I'll see you over there. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all the good places, TikTok as well, hover if you use it. And yeah, Wolfie, go over, tell us where you can find you, mate.
Yeah,
Hey,
well,
guys,
give us those details, buddy. Tell me where we can find you.
Hey everybody, yeah, you can find me here at my handle also right there, WolfX_live. That is also my socials, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, all of it. Find me over there, and hope to see you guys there as well.
Perfect. All right, and with that done, I am your host for today. I am Unfluffy Bunny. You can find me at all the socials at Unfluffy Bunny, right here on Twitch, where I stream Monday through Friday, usually about 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until. But with that, we are going to close this portion of the show. Huge congratulations to our winner. Honestly, bringing it out from behind hard. Much love. Cannot wait to see you in the final on Sunday, because Sunday, all of our competitors will be competing for the championship, with that money brought to you by BSG. And honestly, we'll have drops then also. And I want to give another shout out to our awesome sponsors, Stilts Built PC. Dropping and showing the love, guys. Make sure you head over there, check out Stints PCs so they can build you the proper PC. But don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Make sure you're checking out the socials, all of that, and we'll be back.